I'm able to hang out in it. It's not exactly clean right now. It's not exactly set up for van life just yet, but I'll get there eventually. And it's Veterans Day. So, happy Veterans Day to everyone out there who is a veteran. Um, that's why I served, is so I could have a holiday, get a free haircut at Great Clips. Anyways, um, not like a whole lot of people are here yet. Looks like I got one like and no one's watching, so that's weird. I don't know how I got that, but what's going on? If you are watching, go ahead and say hello. As I smoke my last joint, my last one, all of my weed in the world on Veterans Day. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Cole. Good to see you guys. What's up, Vlad? Thanks, Vlad. Appreciate it. Aren't you a veteran too, Vlad? Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. It's that time of the year again, 11th of November. Thanks, Sharon. Yeah, happy Veterans Day to Vlad, too. There's a few, Crystal's husband, Jim, is a veteran as well, a Vietnam veteran. There's a few of us out there in there. Don't forget to go get your free meal today if you are in an area where the veterans are getting free meals. I am not, so I don't really get to enjoy the Veterans Day festivities or the parades because they don't have those out here. So, yeah, that's gonna be a block. You don't have to worship us, but you also don't have to be a douchebag. Let's see. Go ahead and block that user. There we go. It's not my first time being called a baby killer, to be honest with you. Um, yeah. It does kind of enrage me sometimes, that kind of shit, but I also have to think about the Vietnam veterans who came back and they like had like red paint thrown on them and shit. So I guess I don't have it as bad as them, but you know what? Like comments like that is Americans are pretty ungrateful for their veterans in general, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, I'm burning my last joint. I think I might have like a bowl that I could pack later too, but figured I would enjoy it with everyone here, except for that douchebag up there in the comments. But yeah, and hang out with you guys. My Veterans Day joint. If I can't stay, I got a doctor's appointment. Oh, Crystal, I hope it goes well. Yeah, I know, Sharon. I'm unfortunately used to it. You know, like yeah, it's whatever. But I didn't kill no babies, so hey, what's up, Jim? Happy Veterans Day to you. Hopefully, you go out and get your free meal or a free haircut if you still have hair. I know you're old. I don't know how much hair you have, but I assume you have some. So you get a free haircut from Great Clips. You can get your like free. Doesn't Jake's Diner still do free meals for veterans on Veterans Day? They used to be really good about that. Jake's Diner is this restaurant in Central Oregon where we're from, and it used to be a truck stop, but then the truck stop like closed down and they moved to a different location. Now it's just a diner. And it's also like it's veteran owned and the oldest living Medal of Honor recipient in history, or not in history, but the oldest living Medal of Honor recipient at the time would go there quite often. His name was Bob Maxwell, and I met him a bunch of times. When I was in uniform, I got to salute him because if somebody has a Medal of Honor, you salute them regardless of your own rank. If they have the Medal of Honor, you always render them a salute. And then I got to meet him as a civilian when I worked as a vet rep at the employment department. So yeah, he used to hang out at Jake's Diner all the time. They do the Band of Brothers there too. Cool shit. What's everyone up to? What's everyone smoking on? Is it good to be here with you today? Ready to burn one? Just here jamming out some tunes from up Michigan. Thumbs up to Zig, everyone. Hey, thanks, Jamaica. Appreciate you. What jams are you listening to? But I am sitting in the van, and I got this privacy curtain here. That's pretty cool. And my infantry cord right there. That's the one. That's the first one I ever got. That's my turning blue cord right there. And I got, more or less set up in the van now. I have the bed up here. And I ordered a $200 mattress for it. And I had to go with a futon mattress because there's not a lot of space between the bed and the roof because I sleep like above the cab. And if my mattress was too thick, I would have had to squeeze in there. And if it was too thin, it would be uncomfortable. So I went with a futon mattress. It was real dense, but also real thin. So it's working out pretty good so far. Hey, Jennifer, welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much, Jasper. That's why I can't call the Arizona DMV today. It's freaking Veterans Day. Thanks, Mac. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, it's a federal holiday today, isn't it? Yeah, the banks are closed. Everything's closed. Get a day off from school. Hopefully you're doing all right, Mac. I heard about the apartment. Sorry you didn't land that. They were talking about they require 3 times the rent, right? They require 3 times the rent to move into the apartment. And so they wanted Mac to make $6,000 a month. $6,000 a month just to be able to move into an apartment in Los Angeles. And it's just mind-boggling. I compose and play writing my own music, ready to start recording my first CD. Bought my own studio. That's badass. What kind of music do you play? Hey, what's up, Vlad? Yeah, let's smoke some homegrown with me. My new song is Feather of the Wind. I will send you a copy as a personal... Hey, thank you so much. I'd love to listen to it. Oh, you called to get the motorhome out of your name. I think, doesn't the person that you bought it from have to do that? Don't they go in and register everything? I'm not sure how that works. But, yeah, so you know why they expect you to have 3 times the rent? Fun fact, you guys. So that when you're trying to rent a place and they require you to have 3 times the rent, it goes back to a survey that was done in the early 70s. They did the survey just asking Americans, how much do you spend on rent or mortgage compared to your monthly income? And most people in the 70s spent 1/3 of their income on rent. And that ended up being the industry standard for finding a place to live. That was from a survey done in the 70s. And here it is, 2022. The 70s was 50 years ago. Yet they're still using that 1970s standard and that 1970s economic situation that we're in with today's rental market, which is part of the reason why we have a housing crisis everywhere. But hey, what's up, Dale? Welcome to the live stream. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Yeah, you gotta make 3 times, and wherever the rent is crazy ridiculous. And it was nothing special there. It was nice, but not that nice. Yeah, $6,000. That's fucking retarded. And it's like that everywhere. It's not just Los Angeles. Except $6,000 to move in, that's Los Angeles because three times the rent, deposit, all that shit. But even in like low income areas, like even here in the valley that I'm in, where it's the poorest county in the state of California, same thing. To get into an apartment, you have to have three times the rent. Let's just say that the rent is $1,000 a month, which it's not. It's usually more than that, but let's just say that means you have to have $3,000 to move in. Oh, but wait, that doesn't cover the deposit. That's just the 3 months of rent they require you to have to move in. Then they want you to have the deposit. So there's 3,000 on top of whatever the deposit is, which is usually at least $1,000, and then a pet deposit in case you have an animal or a pet of some sort. So you're to poor person to move into a house costs the same as it does to start a business. The average cost to start a business in our country is $5,000, and the average cost to move into an apartment is about the same. So, food for thought. I am rock, and then I have some easy listening, and also, but I got rock. Cool. I like rock music. I actually, I don't know if there's like a whole genre of music that I'm just like, no, I don't like that. I think that I like most music, most genres. There's some music I don't like, but it's not like the genre. Like, oh, I don't like country or I don't like rap. No, there's some country that I really enjoy, and there's some hip hop that I really enjoy, and classical, dude. I could jam out to some fucking Beethoven. Like, I don't know how you can listen to Beethoven and not just rock out, but there's not any like genre of music I don't like. Maybe Mexican polka music. That stuff's kind of. I don't know. I'm not a fan, but I'm sure that there's some of it I would listen to and like and enjoy if I actually like took time to listen to that genre. But most of the time, that polka, not really my thing. But otherwise, like I like pretty much every genre of some sort. Let me ask everyone a question. Like, if you could, if you could, um, listen to one artist, one musician, right, for the rest of your life, and not any other one, who would you pick? What artist would you listen to? And I know that's like asking you which one of your children is your favorite. But hey, Ed, '07. Is that what was '07? All right, so we got Jimi Hendrix, Aerosmith, Aaron Lewis. Aaron Lewis, that's a good choice. That's interesting. Aaron Lewis is he's got quite the range, doesn't he? Because he did like kind of rock, soft rock stuff, and then he did kind of well try to do the mud shovel stuff, and then now he's doing country music and good country music too. So yeah, that's a good choice. I like because he gives multiple genres of music with Aaron Lewis. AC/DC, Pink Floyd. Yeah, dude, all the greatest, all the classics. Jimi Hendrix, Aerosmith, AC/DC, Pink Floyd, all the classics. But no one's said who I would pick yet. And if y'all can guess mine, I would actually be impressed. But if you're, it's definitely an artist that plays rock. Like I would say that they're a rock artist. They're still playing today. They still release CDs. Um, but they're from like I want to say like they got their start in the early '90s. But the lead singer for that, Ozzy, yeah, Ozzy's a good one too. Because like Ozzy had quite the range too, not just like um, his voice was he could screamo or he could singo, so that was cool shit. So if it was me and I had to make that decision, it would be Maynard James Keenan. Maynard James Keenan. He sings for three different bands, and it gives me a big range, kind of like the Aaron Lewis choice. That's a good one. But Maynard, his music is so eclectic. Like it has such a range with the three bands that he plays for. Oh, seven must be a British thing. It's said to look like a statue. Oh, it's said to look like a salute. Oh, I got you. Yeah, salute. That's cool. All right. Might be a British thing. I've never heard that before, but I dig it. Lots of different music is beautiful. Yeah, there's music just it's therapy, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Tool, Perfect Circle, and Pussifer, 100%. Yeah, that's Maynard James Keenan. He plays for those three bands. So, um, yeah, Childers is pretty good. If you dig him, okay. So if you like that folky country style music, um, give Amigo the Devil a listen. I posted on my community page one of his less than like not very popular songs. Um, but he has some amazing music, and you could tell when he sings, kind of like Maynard, he like just zones out. Like the crowd's not there. He's just meditating when he sings. So Benjamin Todd, yeah, yeah, that's a good choice. Scorpions. I don't know if I've listened to too much of the Scorpions. '07 is stateside as well. My Marine buddy informed me of it. I guess I'm like behind the curve. Um, does that look like, I guess, because your arm's supposed to be here and then the salut's here? Do I look like an '07? There's a bunch of quads skirting past me right now. Okay, so another question, like the music one, that's a good one. You guys were really engaged. What if this was the Matrix and you could like plug something into your head to upload whatever knowledge that you'd want, and it could be a skill, it could be whatever it is, like it could just be knowing something that you don't know now. Like, what would you upload into your brain? I have two things, but I'm curious what all you guys would pick. You could roll a decent joint. Yeah. Mine are always pregnant. See, it's always got that little thumb hole nipple on there. So yeah, maybe I would. Maybe that's what I would. I would want to be able to roll. The purpose of our existence. Maybe that should be limited to like knowledge that we might have. I guess I don't know if we'll ever figure that out. How to be able to draw or paint anything. I see. That's a good one to like be an artist and like have that skill. I was thinking like a musical instrument would be cool, or maybe all of the musical instruments would be pretty cool. Um, but that's not what I would pick. I know what I would pick. But how awesome would that be? Like it does kind of take the sport away from like studying, doesn't it? And like earning knowledge and like putting in the work over years and years to become an expert in astrophysics. Instead, if this was the Matrix, you could just plug into yourself and just become an astrophysicist in an hour. So, what I would pick, I think, would be I want to be able to communicate with everybody. So I want to know every language. I would plug into my brain and upload every single language into it and be able to have a conversation with anybody on Earth. And that includes like sign languages of all over the world and shit like that. Happy Veterans Day, Zig. Thank you for your service. Hope things are going well. Yeah, thanks, Jim. Things are going all right. Uh, Lots of changes out here in the slabs pretty soon, and I'm gonna be leaving the slabs shortly, and I've got a mission to go on, which I have to keep tight to the chest. But I'm gonna be bringing you guys along with me on this mission. I just can't divulge too much until it plays out. So they're already working on something like that. People have started augmenting circuit boards and chips in random areas of their bodies to test specific things. Yeah, they call it the singularity is one of the names for it when there's a, what's the word I'm looking for, where technology and the human body are so intertwined, right? Like where we are putting chips in our bodies and maybe synthetic organs and shit like that. So, not to get off subject, but I was wondering if you'd be interested in splitting the cost to get to Klamath Falls or Bend to pick up my other vehicle this spring. Um, like that maybe I'm probably headed up to Bend this coming summer and spring, so that's a possibility, dude. Small aircraft or wing glide. You want to learn how to fly? Is that? I love need to know missions. Yeah, dude, it is. This is a tough one for me too because it is a need to know mission, but I also um, not sure if I can afford it. I'm trying to figure out how to get funding for it without being able to tell everybody and ask everyone like, "Yo, this is what it's important." But yeah, it's a sensitive subject. So once it's all said and done, I'll put the video out. Y'all see what this need to know mission is. It's pretty exciting. I'm pretty happy. I'm really looking forward to it. A little anxious, but it's gonna be fun. So pay close attention. Hey, Zig needs money. Yeah, I always. Who doesn't need money? So if anyone does want to donate, my links are in the description. And if you can't, well, that's cool. But if you want to send me a Veterans Day $5, dude, that'd be dope too. So, um, it'll all go towards my need to know mission that I fucking honestly can't say anything about. I literally can't. So, um, it'll go towards that mission though, which is hopefully coming up. I'll be leaving in the next, I don't know, week or so. Hopefully less. We thought it would have. I could have pulled the trigger by now, but not yet. I'll be able to pull the trigger. There's like this holding pattern I'm in. So, what do you, Dale? What are you going to Central Oregon for? Well, K Falls is Southern Oregon, but what you headed up there for? And for those of you who like have never been to the Pacific Northwest, I highly, 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 highly recommend it. Um, Central Oregon. I mean, just Central and Western Oregon and Central and Western Washington are fucking beautiful. Eastern Oregon and Washington are just high desert, and it's just desert. But when you get towards closer to the mountains, the Cascade Mountain Range, oh, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely beautiful. If you have ever wanted to go on vacation somewhere where there's pine forests and lakes and rivers and waterfalls, like it's Central Oregon's definitely the spot to go there, or the Pacific Northwest. There's hot springs. It's just a little slice of heaven, honestly. And it's tough for me because, like, I grew up there, and I started traveling the country, and I'm like, well, that's not as pretty as Oregon. Well, that's not as pretty. Well, that's not as pretty. And then there are places that are just absolutely beautiful that aren't in Oregon, but it's a different kind of beauty, like a desert beautiful or a humid tropical beautiful, but nothing quite like where I'm from. And so I tell people to go there, and they're like, well, why don't you go there if you like it so much? And it's like, because I've fucking been there, dude. I grew up there. I know every stick or tree in that state. So time to make it bigger. Hey, James. Happy Veterans Day, Zig. Thank you for your service, brother. Hey, thanks, man. And don't forget, there's other veterans in the chat, you guys. So, I mean, like, veterans out there, like, go ahead and say something in the chat, because y'all deserve your day as well. Jungle Jim, he's a veteran. Um, uh, Vlad, he was in here. I don't know if he still is, but he's a vet. This is your day too. Jim, Tom Petty, bust out with the Tom Petty. Tom Petty's a good one. Yeah, that's pretty chill. It's like you get to just relax and smoke weed and be able to jam out to some music. Jennifer, yay, happy Veterans Day to everyone. It's a cool holiday. My experience joining was, man, my dad really didn't want me to join. I have a Chevy pickup I need to go pick up, and my jet skis. Oh, you got jet skis. Oh, that's cool. Um, yeah, my enlistment was interesting. I was old by that point, 23, and and I don't know. I looked at all the branches, and the best signing bonus was all the benefits were the same because the military is the military, but the signing bonus at the army was the best. So, um, Osric Tentacles. Osric Tentacles? Is that a band? Are you fucking with me right now? Or are you casting spells? Am I casting spells because I'm reading it? You're making me say it. Oh, you get free outdoor. That's cool. Weed in Oregon right now is also the cheapest in the country. Like at the dispensary, you're getting ounces for under $50. And that's at the dispensary itself. I'm not talking like your homie who grows it, which is legal to do in Oregon. But man, they had a contentious election night in Oregon the other day, and for those of you who do know about that, I'm really curious how that's gonna play out with the new gun laws. Happy Veterans Day, Zig Semper Fi. What's up, Roche? There's a Marine Corps veteran right there. What year okay, veterans in here, like what year did you guys serve? What year did you enlist? I enlisted in 07. I know I'm like a new school veteran compared to a lot of you. But now I'm starting to feel more and more old school veteran as I meet younger ones. But yeah, when did you enlist? Where, where'd you serve? What'd you do? I enlisted. I went to basic at Fort Benning, Georgia. Foxtrot 258. I can't believe I still remember my battalion at basic training. But then I was in 3rd ID for a year, and then my dad got sick, and I switched to the National Guard. Went to the Oregon Guard, where I was in 3 of the 116th, which is a cavalry unit, where I was on Bradleys, which is what I was doing on active duty too. Trained for Bradleys for 4 years, deployed to Iraq in 2010, came back in 2011, went back to the Middle East 3 months later to a country called Oman, which is next to Saudi Arabia, and we trained the Omani army for quite a while, and came back and separated 2 years later. Worked at my or ended up using my GI Bill benefits, and while I was in, I used tuition assistance. When I got out, I still had a bunch of college benefits. It kind of worked out. But what about you guys? Like, where'd you serve? What'd you do? I'd like to hear your stories too. Or any of you have like family members that served, like grandparents that World War II veterans or anything? Indrid, August 2001 to February 2011, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, Fort Sill, Oklahoma, Fort Lee, Virginia, 96 Romeo ground surveillance, 13 Mike MLRS, 92 Mike mortuary affairs, deployed in Iraq 2003, 2004, 2006, Bagram, Afghanistan 2010. Quite the fucking career, my man. That's a lot of deployments. In the early part of the Iraq war, I was in Mosul, Iraq, and Tikrit, Kirkuk, Balad. We went all over the place, but mostly northern Iraq. So I'm not sure where you were. You're probably in fucking all sorts of places. Sand fleas of Paris Island, hideous old Fourth Mardiv. Fourth Mardiv? That's cool. There wasn't a whole lot of Marines when I got to Iraq. In 2010, I was there in Iraq when they switched from OIF to OND to Operation New Dawn, and everything changed at that point. We were there to support the withdrawal of our troops, because if you remember, Obama pulled all of our troops out of Iraq in December of 2011, and I left Iraq September of 2011. So our mission was to take all of the gear out of Iraq and do the withdrawal, basically. And I don't know, like I feel like all the dudes that I served with who were there before said it was just a very different war. It was still violent, and it was just every time they went there, the type of warfare they were having was different. It kept evolving and it kept changing. And then when we were leaving, it was them trying to get every hit in that they could before we left. And then what happened? Like ISIS ended up rolling over Iraq and taking over Iraq, so we had to go back to fight ISIS. So kind of the same thing that happened in Afghanistan, except it happened like 3 months later instead of immediately. But it didn't get the media attention that Afghanistan had. Yeah, I will. I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up, Dale. Al Samawa, Al Diwa Niwa Nia. Oh, you're in southern Iraq. Didn't reach Camp Slayer Bayap until 2006. Well, that was southern Iraq, right? Those areas. Because I'm not familiar with them, and I drove all over that fucking country. At least the northern part of that country. Raven says happy birthday, Zig. Okay, hi Raven. Do I know Raven? Who's Raven? My pickup's name is Raven. Happy Veterans Day. Thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, south of Baghdad. Okay, so like I never actually made it to Baghdad. I remember seeing it in the on a helicopter ride, but I never made it that far south and touched, soil. But Balad was probably the farthest south I went. And Mosul it's the second largest city in Iraq, so it's like a metropolis, like Baghdad was. But I never made it that far south. So yours was like getting where because it's desert, right? But what does that mean? Is it sand? Is it dirt? Is it clay? There's lots of different ways that the earth can be made in a desert. And in northern Iraq, it was more dirt, right? Like there was so much dust in the air and dirt in the air all the time that when it would rain mud. But then when we went to like southern Iraq, it was dunes, like sand dunes. Like you were in a big sand dune. And that's what Kuwait was like, just sand everywhere. So I wondered, I never really got to fight in the sand, thank God, because that would suck. I got to fight in the dirt. A little hard packed. Oh, we're getting down to the nitty gritty on this thing. Took me 30 minutes to burn it down, though. Hey, thanks for that donation. I appreciate that very, very much. Got my first donation for the live stream. The Veterans Day donation, and that's all going to be going towards gas. So I can go on my next mission. I'm going to have this mission I have to go on, and I'm excited about it, and I'm going to be taking you guys with me, but it'll be a video I edit after the fact and post. So I was a DM, then asked for 8541 duty, went to Quantico for the new sniper school to get my hog's tooth. Hardest training I've ever had. Hatchcock and land started it after NAM. What is 8541? I'm not familiar with Marine Corps, their MOSs, so. I actually held a few MOSs as well. I was obviously 11 Bravo infantry, and that's where I did basic training for that MOS. But then I was a recruiter for, I was recruiting assistant for quite a while, but then I actually did become a recruiter. I was a recruiter in Burns, Oregon. At least that's where my office was, but my area of operation as a recruiter had like 9 high schools, and but it was all these little ass towns in eastern Oregon, right? Like it's like Spray, Oregon, and Brothers, and like all these little ass nowhere places. And then I deployed as an infantryman, and when I came back, I actually went into a tanker unit where I drove tanks for a couple years, and then I separated and I got out. So 19 kilo. MOS 8541 Scout Sniper. Okay, 8541. Is it still that MOS? I want to remember that. I'll tell you what, Roche, like there has been a lot of, people that I've met who have claimed to be Scout Snipers or to be Rangers or Green Berets or fucking Navy SEALs or whatever. And it's the last one I talked to was the Marine that said that they were a sniper, and a Scout Sniper. And I asked what their MOS was, and they had no fucking idea. They didn't know what to tell me. And so then I knew right away they probably weren't even in the Marine Corps or in the military. So nobody ever says they were a cook, Sig. Yeah, that's true. Except for the fucking actual cooks. Because I'll tell you what, like, people want to make fun of cooks all the time, but there are 3 people in the military, especially as an infantryman, there are 3 people that you are friends with, no matter what. You befriend them because it benefits your entire military experience. One is your medic. Your medic is the one that's like gonna save your ass in the moment. They're also the ones that'll pick a tick out of your butthole with their teeth if they have to, because that's their goddamn job. Then, so your medic is like, that's Doc. He gets all of your love. He gets your security because you're an infantryman and he's got a job to do, and it's not to fight the enemy. So, God help you if you're the enemy and you shoot at Doc. The second one is your supply. Damn you, Indra. You got me. Yeah, supply is where you get all your gear. They're the ones who will be like, oh shit, I lost my fucking whatever it was. I lost my thing. And supply's like, yo, I got a couple of them in the back here just for this situation. But because they like you, they'll hook you up. And then you don't have to like report it as lost and then pay for it and then get an Article 15 or maybe lose rank or whatever it is what you lost might be that big of a deal. And then there's your cooks. Because I'll tell you what, as a grunt, spending 2-3 weeks, a month in the field eating nothing but food out of bags, and then the cooks spend a lot of time making sure that you have a hot meal, and it's a lot of effort. It's messy. Like they're literally cooking for an army, and so yeah, you very, very, very much appreciate them. Yeah, I saw you this morning, Alaska, at the Ponderosa, and didn't. I was in the back, and you walked in and out before I could say hi. And yeah, I will let them know that. I'm gonna catch up on comments here. Yeah, Mac, I will let her know. Indeed. Hey, I always love that field chow. Yeah, field chow's the best, dude. Like when you're after a long time, even if they bring it out in those mermites just to keep it warm, dude, that shit's bomb. Fucking yeah, the cooks are your homies. Hey, what's up, Alaska? Navy corpsmen get all the best food and liquor. Yeah, your corpsmen are your medics, aren't they? Like your corpsmen and your medics, the same guy basically. And like I said, God help you if you fucking pop shot at the dock, like, because you'll have an entire company of men coming down, women coming down on you. Thanks, Elaine. Appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I had honestly, like the one of the medics I had, who I still kind of stay in touch with. He was a badass, but a young kid and still starry-eyed and stuff like that. So, but still, that's our homie. That's Doc. He's the person that you're handing like your last words to sometimes. So you take care of him. But I had this other medic named Garcilazo. Can't believe I still remember his name. Garcilazo, who, our personalities kind of clashed, but hands down the best medic I've ever seen. Like, hands down, the best medic I ever got the experience to work with. So I tip my hat to both of them. Garcilazo was actually there the day I lost my hearing. I lost most of my hearing in my left ear because of a grenade. It's actually a Russian grenade called an RKG-3, which is an anti-tank grenade that they would use on our vehicles, and lost my hearing to that. Not only I lose my hearing, but I gain something else, and it's called a ringing in your ear, like the tinnitus. So I lost most of the hearing, not all of it, most of it, and my ear rings all the time. And if it's not ringing, it sounds like my ear's up against a seashell, like when you put your ear up a seashell and you hear the that white noise. That's what it sounds like most of the time. And then it'll ring most of the time. Sometimes it goes away, or I just don't notice it. But then sometimes it gets really, really loud. Hi, Shonda. What's up? How you doing? How is everyone? I got 17 people here. Where's my lurkers at? I know you guys are hanging out. And obviously, as per usual, I am at Salvation Mountain because this is like my little hidey hole. I like to sit here and I can watch all the slabbers, whether they're uppercase slabbers or lowercase slabbers, but zipping up and down the road, and they have no idea I'm here. They just think I'm a tourist. The more I live stream, the more they're gonna know, though. Did you ever catch those Czech grenades, the V40s? No, I don't believe so. We had so much armor on our trucks. When I got there, we were in MRAPs. We didn't use the soft skin Humvees no more. We had MRAPs, which are mine resistant, anti-ambush protected vehicles, and the bottom of them was sloped. So if a bomb went off underneath it, it would divert it away from the people inside. And it had a ton of armor on it. It had armor on it to stop EFPs, which was mostly ineffective, but sometimes it worked. And we had armor to stop RPGs, and specifically built onto this thing. And so there's a few types of weapons that we had no armor for, or we had very ineffective armor for. So one of them was the RKG-3, the grenades, because they're made for tanks and they'll punch right through the armor on a tank like a hot knife through butter. So it was easy to use those on us too, which is mainly what they used. Anti-armor stuff. Let's see. But yeah, mostly for grenades was our RKG-3s, RKG grenades. They're the Russian anti-tank grenades. They have the parachute on them that will hang the grenade as it floats down onto the vehicle, but most of the time they would cut the parachutes off and throw them at us. Just so it would fall faster, instead of, because we could just accelerate and drive away from them if they were. Good afternoon, how you doing today? God bless you, man. Good place to park. Thanks, Bobby, Heath. I don't know, I never know which one of y'all I'm talking to, but good to see you both. Fort Bliss, Vietnam, 6970, MOS 16 Fox 40, Quad 50s, Bronze Star Army. Oh, Bronze Star, Jim, you're so... See, like, we got some badasses up in here. Fucking Quad 50s, bro. Bronze Star, yeah. Rockstar shit, man. Like, I tip my hat to you. There's who you think. Your van is awesome. It's good cover up. Thanks, dude. Small but very efficient little suckers. Those grenades. Yeah, I bet they are. Alaska. Lurking here, but you're not one of my lurkers. Like, we know each other. You do comment. I do have lurkers that probably have been watching me a long time and haven't commented very often. Some of those lurkers are probably my trolls, but I've blocked most of them, so they can't even, like, engage if they wanted to. Unless they make a new Facebook, or I'm sorry, a new YouTube channel, and then they could engage with me. But as soon as they do and I catch on to it, I just block them again, and then they have to go through the hassle of making another one. It's fun. It's a fun game. It's like whack-a-mole, you know, like you whack 2 trolls down and 3 more pop up. My husband has the same problem with the hearing and tinnitus. Yeah, it's really, really common, especially just for people who were around, like just bigger guns, like the tanks and the Bradleys. Just their engines. The tank had a jet engine. It's got a turbine engine that powers up like a plane, like it gets real high pitched, and then the cannon on a tank is real loud. But the moment that I lost my hearing, I know exactly what moment it was because my ear, um, like it. So like there was somebody hurt. Medic was working on the guy, and the medic said something to me, and I pulled off my. Um, we have cans on that also have our radio equipment in it, so we can communicate with each other in a microphone. And I pulled off my can because they're designed. They have a microphone on the outside and a speaker on the inside, and it's supposed to be like you can hear out of it. But if there's a detonation, it shuts off the microphone so it doesn't hurt your hearing. But the little microphone on there and little speakers in there were garbage. You couldn't hear anything anyways. And there was these big trucks that I was standing in between. Medic says something to me. I take my can off my ear to ask him. Um, I was like, "What?" And then a grenade went off and fucking. It was pretty close. So, um, yeah, that was the day. That was the moment. Thank you for your service, Roche. Come to Prescott and we will shoot my sniper kit and gear some 1,000-yard. Dude, I'm fucking 100% down for that. In fact, I'll show off one of the weapons I have right now. Should I? Maybe not. I have an Enfield, so we could sight that into. I need to find some rounds for it. It's 303 British. But yeah, I would love to. I'd love to do that. That would be dope. I have had the opportunity to shoot a Barrett before, but I wasn't impressed with the one I shot. The Barrett was I shot at 500 meters, which I could damn near do with iron sights, and I was still missing. So I don't know if I hit the target once out of five. 5 rounds, one hit. And I think that I'm a pretty good shot. So yeah, dude, Enfield's are badass. Still lurking. It's technically not my Enfield though. I'm holding it for a friend. Be honest with you, but yeah, it's a beautiful little rifle. Little rifle. Couldn't imagine fucking humping that shit around. The M4 was light. It was 12 pounds unloaded. I think it was 12 pounds, or maybe it was 8 unloaded and then 12 loaded, something like that. Something was wrong with that Barrett. That's what I said, and it was malfunctioning a lot. Like the instructor I was with kept having to pull 50 cal rounds out that didn't eject out of, I think the extractor was toast. Maybe it wasn't sighted in, but to be fair, like military weapons are beat the fuck up. Like it's not mine. Like we're fucking slamming them around, and like we don't. Until I got overseas, like we would not take great care of our weapons. Once we got overseas, that was like, okay, time to stop fucking around. Thanks, Sonia. Hey, good to see you, Sonia. There's a lurker. I know you. I know you. Hey, what's up, Shed Gang? Burning trees. That's cool, man. I actually just smoked my last. I might have enough for one more joint in here, but then I'm done, son. Then I'm out. So if anyone wants to sponsor an ounce, like $50 an ounce out here, in maybe a Veterans Day ounce, that'd be cool. Jungle Jim is a badass. Thank you, sir. Yes, dude, I agree. Fucking quad 50 cals doesn't make you hard. I don't know what would. Mac, YouTube, subscribe, do it. You do know me. How are you doing? Good to see you on here. Sonia, I've been seeing your updates online too, and yeah, it's really cool. I'm glad you're doing so well. And you got a car recently too, didn't you? I still pay attention. I still see stuff. Yeah, Jungle Jim, fucking quad 50s. I've shot one 50 at a time. Yay, you did get a car. That's cool. You guys want to see the mountain? Let me get that off of me. And we'll stare at the Babylonians. My sister totally gave me a Toyota Camry. That's fucking cool, dude. Congratulations. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. Well, you remember this place, Sonia. And it's pretty busy today. It has been. Like, people in and out. It's a Friday. So we get a lot of tourism. Believe it or not, Slab City is not what it used to be when I first got here. Now it's a bit of a tourist destination with Airbnbs and lounges, and it's interesting how it's evolved in the last 10 years, and I'm real curious what the next 10 years is going to be like. I love my 338 Lapua. I don't know what that is. It's like a 50 cal light. Oh, that'd be fun. Absolutely, dude. I've never heard of that. I'm absolutely down. Maybe you can tell me, maybe you can show me what I'm doing wrong. Because, like, I really do love shooting. That's my therapy. And I would like to be, like, I would like to do more of that, dude. I'll definitely take you up on that Prescott shit. Don't fuck with my emotions. What are we in, a camper? Did the truck sell? I'm so far behind. No, my truck has still not sold. So if anyone out there wants a 2013 Chevy Silverado with 130,000 miles on it, with a 5.3 liter V8, I will give you a killer deal. I would take 14.5 right now. So food for thought. It is for sale. I'm gonna be getting it to Quartzsite to sell it. It's really frustrating me that I'm still trying to sell it. But what I'm in right now, Shed Gang, is my 1984 Dodge 250 B250 camper van, high top. The bed's up high. Unfortunately, it's no longer a safe place for me. Yeah, I understand, Sonia. It's okay. I get it. 100%. Are you right eye strong? Yeah, I'm right. I'm right eye dominant. Yes, I am. I also teach people how to find out if they're left or right eye dominant too. Before we ever go shooting, I always do that little test with them to find out if they need to shoot left or right-handed. But yeah, I shoot right-handed. It's a Ram van. You in America, Irene? Yeah, I am. I am in America. I'm right near the Mexican border, in southeastern California. Not too far from the Mexican border, not too far from the Arizona border, in Slab City. It's all about breathing and trigger control and rifle and body positioning. Yeah, the BRM's like basic rifle marksmanship. I think I've got down well. I think I just need to it's been a lot of years since I've consistently shot, and I need to get back to basics, I think, and just start practicing like the basics. Exactly. Trigger squeeze, breathing, body position. You're dominant. My eye dominant. Yes, my dominant. Damn, I'm getting more viewers showing y'all the mountain than I was talking to y'all, showing you my ugly mug. You hook up with any of the other YouTubers? What do you mean? I've collaborated with a few of the YouTubers out there. There's Mad Mac. He's been in some of my videos. And then Community Cause, he's been in some of my videos. Nemo Nos, I've been on his channel. I've been on, again, like, Cause has been on mine, I've been on his. Yeah, Nemo Nos, which is now traveling on pennies. I was in his channel a couple of times. So yeah, I've collabed with some other YouTubers. Yeah, Jinxie Bonesaw, there's been a few. Yeah, I did a whole interview basically with a bunch of the YouTubers in town, including Slab City TV and Mac and Cause. So yeah, you were in Las Vegas last week. Fuck yeah, I love Vegas. Vegas is badass. I actually want to go to Vegas this winter. Vegas is a cool. I usually go in the spring and the summer, or I'm sorry, the spring and the fall. So we were like just 5 hours away from each other too, Irene. That ain't shit. But Vegas is on my to-do list this winter. I hope I can. I hope I can put it in there. Sonia, you've never held a gun, huh? Well, you probably last like we could have. You could have just asked me. I like taking people out shooting. Oh, just being slab curious. Yeah, for sure. It's a curious place. If you sit right here long enough, you'll see the craziest shit. Um, Walking down this road sometimes, or riding bikes, or whatever. Like, there's some crazy shit that happens. I did Halloween in Vegas in 2015. I bet that would have been fun. And you're afraid of guns. Well, you should be. Guns are dangerous, aren't they? Like, you should have a healthy fear of guns. That's normal. And afraid of naked people. Okay. Boo. No, guns are like that's. Let's be realistic. Let's talk in truths about that gun. Oh, naked people walk in front of the mountain. You're not afraid of them. They just walk in front of them. That does happen. I've seen that. Um, but if we're gonna talk about guns, let's talk in truths about guns. I love the Second Amendment, and I love guns. They're so much fun. But they are designed to kill, and they're designed to kill people. You can use them to kill animals or target shoot or defend your home, but the reality is that's what they're for. And the sooner we can accept that, the sooner we could probably have a conversation with the other side. But you should have a healthy fear of guns. You absolutely should. You should be afraid of them. I am very familiar with guns. I'm very comfortable with guns. I know that how to use them, how to clean them. I'm pretty sure most guns, if I've never held it before, I could figure out how to take it apart. Uh, but I am afraid of them because I know what the fuck they do, and I'm not stupid. So there's my gun rant. So you lived here too long to be afraid of naked people. Yeah, no shit. Let's see here. How do I set this up to make it look perfect? Is that perfect? That's perfect enough. Yep, see? A masked man riding a bicycle with a motor on it. Lots of tourism. We do get a fair bit of tourism here. You get to see license plates from all over the place. All these right now are for California plates, but You do see quite a bit. Perfect, unless you can zoom in farther. Yeah, I can, actually. It's just doing it live stream, it's interesting. More perfect. Tourists watching. Dude, I love people watching right here. People watching at the mountain is fucking fun. Good spot to people watch. Is that Philip on his bike? Might have been. I honestly don't know who that was. Does he have a motorized bike? I actually did see him the other day. He's I don't know. I think that I saw him the other day, and you should probably say some prayers for him. That's what I'll say. Without saying too much. If you get some sandstone and paint Salvation Mountain on them and sit there, tourists will totally buy them. Yeah, Peter Passalacqua used to do that. He made tiny little replicas of Salvation Mountain using Adobe out here. He would make Adobe and make a tiny little mountain and basically paint that on there and sell them. And he did pretty good. You see that new hydrogen-powered supercar? I have not seen a hydrogen-powered supercar. No, but it makes sense. Hallelujah. God bless him and wish for everyone there to be doing good. Yeah, thanks, Heath and Bobby. Yeah, he definitely. I hope the best for him. Not rocks, sandstone. Yeah, he didn't do rocks either. He did Adobe, like just the clay, which is what the mountain is made out of. But you could do sandstone too. That'd be cool. Little souvenirs. Salvation Mountain souvenirs. The mountain should do that, honestly. That would be smart of them to have some like Salvation Mountain souvenirs, replicas. Oh, that's how you met him? Yeah, yeah. He did rocks too? I didn't know that. I thought he was doing Adobe. That's what he originally was trying to do. Maybe he did switch to rocks or something. Or maybe he started with rocks and went to Adobe. I don't know. But we have one of his replicas at Ponderosa, and it was Adobe. Oh, I thought they were paper mache. Sorry. Oh, I mean, yeah, I know that he had Adobe ones, but he could have done stone too. But yeah, you're right. People do dig that shit. Little Slab City souvenirs are always a good seller out here for the tourists. I also think food would be a good seller too. Because like these people are driving in, a lot of them from like Los Angeles, and it's like a 3-hour drive, and there's not a whole lot of places to eat between here and there. So a lot of them might arrive hungry because they forgot to eat or whatever, and there's nowhere to eat here. So if you were to have like a little hot dog stand right here with like vegan options too, you would kill it. I bet you'd sell so fucking many. Hyperion XP1 exhaust water vapor. That's fucking cool. Yeah, that's the byproduct of all hydrogen engines is water vapor, because you just bond it with oxygen. Yeah, food truck would kill it. And I've actually, Roche, I've looked into this before. In Imperial County, to get a food truck, it's quite difficult. It's not actually, I don't even know if it's possible to do a food truck in this county with the way that they're set up with their policies. But you can do a hot dog cart that is steamed hot dogs and buns and stuff with like condiments right there, like the old school 50 style fucking hot dog carts. And I've definitely considered that. Um, it would be pretty dope to like sit out here and be like the hot dog man. Yeah, what they don't know won't hurt them. That's true, except you're not selling it to slabbers. See, I could do a whole ass restaurant here in slabs if I wanted to, and it wouldn't be a big deal. But if you're selling it to these people that we're looking at right now that are visiting the mountain, these are people from LA, Palm Springs, shit like that. So, and believe it or not, the police do patrol here. People probably would call the fucking authorities on you if you're selling food out here every day. If not the tourists, then slabbers that are jealous. So if you had it where it was all legit above board, there's nothing anyone can say. They can do whatever, they can cry about it all they want, but then you're just making money. A lot of the people I met selling Salvation Mountain souvenirs had no clue that Slab City lay beyond the mountain. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, Salvation Mountain souvenirs. I figured those would do better than Slab City souvenirs. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's the slabbers that buy that shit. The bumper stickers and t-shirts and stuff. A lot of people that come here don't even know that Slab City exists. They just came from for this thing. So, and if they did come for Slab City, it was just to like film us from their car as they drove through and looked at the poor people and then lock your doors, honey, they're looking at us. Sometimes they do interact with us, and that's pretty cool. But most of the time, they don't. I think they're intimidated. A lot of people from Korea go there as well. Apparently, a Korean pop star filmed a video there, and it piqued Korean interest. Yeah, actually, we get busfuls of people from Asia coming here. Literal tour buses will pull up here and drop off 50 of them to go take their pictures of Salvation Mountain. It happens every weekend. In fact, tomorrow it would probably happen. Dude, I will sponsor a hot dog stand. We would kill a zig, get stoned, and sell hot dogs. Dude, I would do it. I've talked about it out here for a while. I just don't even know where to go about starting that. Like, obviously getting the cart, but then like getting all the permits and stuff. It's wild that people all over the world know about the slabs, but most locals are clueless. Like a lot of people don't know about slabs, but they do know about Salvation Mountain. But you're right. There are even locals that have no idea. I've met people who have been living out here all their life, and they're like, "Man, I've never been out to Slabs before, and I've lived in, Imperial my whole life." So I just met one the other day at the range. He recognized me from my YouTube channel and got all excited. And he's like, "Sick, I follow you on YouTube." I'm like, "Cool, man, come smoke a fucking joint with us." And he's like, "Oh shit, it's Cause," because that's where I was sitting. I was sitting with Cause. And anyways, yeah, he'd been out here his whole life and never actually came out to the slabs until range night the other night. So it does happen. But believe it or not, there's probably stuff in your own backyard that you didn't know was there. Like within a couple hours of your home, there's probably some hidden gems that you had no idea that was there. Veterans for Hot Dogs Incorporated. Nice ring to it. Maybe I would wear one of those cunt caps, but do it like the hot dog stand cunt caps from back in the day. The white and red ones. Have like the 50s style thing going on. That'd be fucking dope. Alright, let's go. Sit back here. And like, so I can stay here. And that's my bed now. There's the mattress, but my shit's just everywhere up here because I need more storage. And I need to organize it in here, so I got to figure that out. But yeah, I can stand up right there. And it gets taller right here for the bed. Halfway through the van, it gets taller. So like, my sleeping space isn't great. It's not that big. I'm sitting down. I'm old. So I got this roach here. And I have enough for one more joint. It's not a lot, but I think in my jar here, yeah, there might be enough for one in there. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Honestly, that's where I'm at in life. I don't know where my next joint's gonna come from. There's a lot of stems in here because it's like the bottom of the, bottom of the bag, so it's like needs an extra cleaning. Some hidden cornfields, maybe. Totally 50 style. Yeah, I think that would be cool as shit. I think the novelty of it, or maybe slab style. Make it like Mad Max, a Mad Max hot dog stand of some sort. Somebody from the RV7 crew, the IP2 or whatever, they told me that I remind them of some Mad Max character, and I'm like, I do? I feel like I'm one of the more Babylonian people in Slabs. But yeah, doing some post-apocalyptic hot dog stands, hot dog cart, that'd be cool. I can't see it. Oh, my eyes. Don't have much. They family like you're a zoo. Oh, they family like you're a zoo animal. I lived and grew up in San Diego. Lived there for 26 years, and I never heard about Slab City until like 2 years ago. I haven't been able to get there. Are you still in San Diego? Or are you somewhere else? Yeah, San Diego's just a couple hours away. Damn, Zig, I'm holding buku jars. I can meet you somewhere down the hill off the 10 and load you up with. Dude, I'd be up for that. Unless you wanted to mail it. Like, I'm up for that, too. I'm really happy for you. It's such a good harvest. That's cool. Everyone deserves a good harvest. But yeah, that would be cool. Because I honestly have no idea where I'm getting my next weed from. Don't know how I'm gonna pull that off. I'll hustle something up. I always do. Sorry, I'm just cleaning this up because it's like I said, the bottom of the jar. Yeah, Roche, if you want to hit me up on social media, we could chat about it. I'll give you my address. Right now I don't have my address listed because it just changed. So it's not listed anymore. My Amazon wish list is active though. So if you guys wanted to send something to me off Amazon, you could. Which when I got to Slabs, I got a couple of things that were ordered from my Amazon wish list that came here for some reason instead of New Mexico, which was pretty cool, but it had been months since they had been sent, so I couldn't even give y'all a shout out, whoever that was. But yeah. But Roche, yeah, if you want my address, we could figure something out. We just gotta chat. We gotta talk outside of the live stream. Free QP for Zig. I have your name on it. Dude, that's awesome. That would be really helpful. That would last quite a while. But yeah, I can get stuff through FedEx, UPS, which is not how I would recommend doing this. USPS. There's a PO box. So I know it would be cool if the chat could post pics. Like I wish that you could too. I think the chat should be able to post pictures. Kinda, Crystal. Yeah, this is I have this much left. It's pretty cheap here, actually. It's about the same as Oregon prices right now, like 50 an ounce. So it's not bad. Um, but yeah, I don't know where my next one's coming from. I live up in Seligman. Oh yeah, we've talked about this, of course. Seligman, yeah. Bridge Canyon. I know Seligman. I have actually spent a summer there. Well, a month maybe. You're incognito, Zig. Hey, what's up, D? Welcome to the live stream. Hey, thanks, Crystal. You guys are my hero. You guys are amazing. You have more than me. I'm so jelly. Oh, Sonia. Well, you know what? Next time I'm maybe in the summer, when I'm up in New Mexico, I'm closer to you. We could like meet in the middle, and I'd love to smoke with you again. Now, oh, here they are. Trying to find my papers. Good stuff is 88. That's not bad though. That's really I wouldn't complain about 80 an ounce at all. It's you know, when I was a kid it was like fucking 300. Well, I was selling them for 400, but I was getting them for 300 an ounce. And now it's like just the prices have gone down, so it's hard to complain about. 80 bucks an ounce isn't bad. 100 bucks an ounce is like the top level of what I'd like to pay. How's my Zag girl? How are you doing, Zag? Do you know? Do you know how you're doing? How are you doing? Hello? Are you mad at me? Zag girl. Why are you giving me a silent treatment? Zag. What are you doing? Do you love me? Everyone wants to know. Okay, fine. Be grumpy. I think I forgot to take the trash out, so she's mad at me. Or something. I don't know. Better than 300. 100% better than 300. 200 there, Ed? That sucks. For 100 you get stickiness. Oof. Thank you, Crystal. I got it. I got your donation. Appreciate you very much. That means I feel a little bit better about rolling this joint now, because it's not like the last little bit I'll have. And for those who don't know, I am saving up. I'm trying to save up my donations for a secret squirrel mission that I have to go on here real shortly. And I will be bringing you guys with me. I will be doing a video on it. But I can't tell anyone what it's about until after the video, when the video comes out. But I am saving up donations for that right now too. Hopefully that video will be coming out. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. But hopefully in a week, maybe two. I'm anxiously waiting to be able to pull the trigger on that. So D, how are you getting packages now, Zig? Okay, so yeah, we can go into if you guys want to mail stuff. That's cool shit. I have two addresses. One is my physical address, and I can get FedEx and UPS there. And that is 1111 Coachella Canal Road in Slab City, California, 92257. And if you want to send something USPS, which is the postal service, which is honestly how I would recommend, it's P.O. Box 1070, Nyland, California, 92257. If anyone needs me to repeat that, let me know. But P.O. Box 1070, Nyland, California, 92257. And I will be able to get that. Alright, joint. Start cooperating. I'm not great at rolling joints. Throw it and it sticks to the wall, Rocher. That's fucking dope. That's cool. Hello, Zig from Glasgow. Holy shit. 10 pounds a gram here for weed, 40 pounds for half quarter, 240 pounds for an ounce. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, it hurts so much. So 50 pounds an ounce here would be the best. Dude, that's... First of all, I've never been to Scotland. I've been to Ireland, but I know that that's not Scotland. But I've always wanted to go to Scotland because the Gaelic language, I can't understand a damn thing of it, and I'd like to learn that language. I don't know how often. Is it still used predominantly there? Like, is it common? Like, I know you would be able to understand me, but I wouldn't be able to understand, you know, most of y'all. But that was my experience with Ireland was similar. Like, they speak English, but do they? It was kind of hard to understand a lot of them. I'll say it looks pregnant when he's done. What do you guys think? Does my joint look pregnant? What is your guess? I would totally meet you in the middle. I'm stone cold sober when I'm in Texas. I never smoked weed or did any McCain until I went to California at 40. No name or is Zig okay? Zig's okay. Or yeah, Zig is alright. You should put my name on it so they know who to bring it to. Or you could put Jimmy. Just put Jimmy. Jimmy. So no knowledge of who to get the medicine from. Yeah, it sucks in illegal states when you just want access to medicine, but you don't have safe access, and you have to go to like shady people's houses to get it. You shouldn't have to deal with that just to get some cannabis. But my joint, what y'all think? It is. Oh, look at the little. I always end up with that little mountain in the middle. Always. Always, always, always. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I also don't care. I could do a cone. I can roll a cone. It just takes me longer and it's a pain in the ass. A 7 out of 10. Actually, I think this is pretty damn good for a year ago not knowing how to roll. I would use a rolling machine or a dollar bill. See you, Mac. Have a good one, dude. Take care, bro. Yep. I am. Oh no. I have been hanging out in the van more the last couple of days, and I like it. I dig it a lot. I'm really glad I got it. My favorite uncle who passed away was named Jimmy. That's cool. Yeah, that's my name. Yeah, they still speak Gaelic in Scotland, but mostly in the Highlands. Most of us in Glasgow speak Glasgowian. just plain old English. You can learn Gaelic in some schools here. Yeah, that language is um there. I follow somebody online that teaches that language specifically, and um like word how certain the translation of certain words and how to use it and stuff. And it's just it seems like don't take this the wrong way, please, but it seems like a lazier English where instead of saying, and it'll be just a grunt or like a one letter syllable thing. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it seems like it's just a maybe quicker, like English shorthand when they're talking. I'm gonna send you while I'm on pipe lighter and pipe runs off butane. They don't have to break up. We just put buds in, light it, and smoke it. Fuck yeah, that's cool. I have a pipe somewhere. I honestly don't know where it's at, so I've just been rolling them. But the joint looks good. Hey, thanks. I just about comes from the Celts. We were originally Irish, us Celts. Okay, so it's Celts, right? Celtic, not Celtic. Green or purple? Green. Green. What's up, Alaska? Puppy pirate? Is that what you're? Or are you showing off? Are you seeing the zag part right now? Sometimes people are behind, right? Like the little bar at the bottom here. If you make sure it's all the way over here or at the end, whatever. I don't know if my image is reversed, but if it's all the way over here, then you're live. But sometimes it'll be here, and so you'll be just a little bit behind and not know it. I did that to Cause the other day. I was watching him, and then I realized I was like 10 minutes behind on his live stream. Your joint looks like a pregnant. It is. How many months? How many months is that? What you think? Like 2, maybe 3. I made Irish talk faster than a Scots, Welsh, Irish, Scots, and Cornish people all speak Gaelic. You don't speak Gaelic? You speak just really you speak you said it was Glasgowian. I've never even heard of that. You see the joint on my right. Okay. Well, this is my left. But yeah, I figured it was reversed. Oh yeah, anytime it lags or loses reception. How is my signal actually? Because I'm actually hotspotting my other phone right now, so I was kind of curious how it was coming through. Because over at the Ponderosa, my hotspot sucks, but here in right over here at the mountain, it works well. So all right, so when you got to make sure that little red dial's over here. That's fucking weird to me. It's backwards. No, just English Ouija Glasgowian accent. Glaswegian. I'm not even gonna. Dude, I'm fucking this up. I'm clearly not Irish. I actually apparently do have like Celtic as part of my lineage, but um, I mean that's not my culture. I'll tell you what though. Um, I wouldn't mind going to Scotland or Ireland because y'all got all the redheads, and I don't think that's fair. I think that other people deserve some of them gorgeous redheads. So, you know, Like, stop being so greedy. 8% Slavic, 20 Gypsy or Roma. I wish I could do my 23andMe. Um, I am very curious because obviously I'm European, but like what flavor of European? At this point, I'm just a cracker. Like I have the American culture, but not like any historical culture. So I'm curious. I'm curious what my lineage would be. I know that I'm German, and I know that because we have a family crest from way back when with our surname on it, and we used to hunt boar for the King of Germany, I guess. So then we have a boar head on it and stuff. So, but beyond German, and on my mom's side of the family, they there was a pretty recent generation that immigrated here from Germany. So know that Roma is a proper term for gypsies in Eastern European countries get knocked out for calling some a gypsy like that. Yeah, and like I know that like with the term gypped, like oh you gypped me is a term like that they would use for gypsies. So it's all right. Yes, I agree. I say all come to Scotland when you can. Celtic people all over the world. Yeah, I will. I went to Shannon, Ireland, which was really pretty. Um, and I would like to go to Scotland. 100%. One day I'll get there. Um, I'd like to go just honestly do the European adventure, right? Like spend a year just bouncing around Europe. What's the best time of year to check out Scotland? All right, D. Now you gotta tell us what you're cooking. I might have to go figure out what I'm gonna cook for dinner tonight soon. It's so weird to me that so many people would come here. Oh no, I accidentally popped up the filters. There they go. I don't need that. So many people would come here because it's so far off the beaten path just to stop by here for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then turn around and leave. Like, there's nothing else in this valley really worth seeing except maybe Bombay Beach. But even we're like 30 minutes from there, too, so it's still a pretty far drive. Just come see little old Salvation Mountain. I've never been to Ireland, but I want to go. My kin from Donegal, Ireland, best time of the year, summer when it's not so cold. All the greenery everywhere. Ireland's definitely greener and prettier. Center cut baked pork chops on a bed of onions, mashed potatoes, and peas with croissants. Okay, well, I didn't realize you were making a fucking gourmet dinner. I was thinking about making hot dogs for dinner, and you're going with like center cut baked pork chops. And Jesus Christ, is Gordon Ramsay coming over? Hey, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm hoping to bring that mission to you guys soon, but you guys will be excited, I think. Well, then come on to Slabs and meet us. We get people from all over the world, all over the world. I don't remember ever meeting someone from Ireland or Scotland yet, but we've had people from all over Europe, um, from Asia, from South America, from Africa, dude, people from all over the place have come, stayed in the Airbnb. Yeah, come check it out. People from Israel, like just everywhere, all over the place. There's an Airbnb um, right there at the Ponderosa that you'd have a safe spot to stay. Hey, thanks, Sergio. Texas, Houston, Texas. A good recent donation of non-perishable food came in at the library. Hey, that's cool, Ed. I need to swing by there and say hi to everyone at the library anyways. Ever catch military training people what with nods? What are you asking, Alaska? Or nomadic? Ever catch military training with nods on? Like night vision? Grilling halibut. Okay, so everyone's eating better than me. I do like fish actually. I like how you put some stank in the ER on cracker. Yeah, I did. I hit that hard R on cracker, didn't I? I'm a fucking cracker. There's someone behind me taking pictures of some bullshit. Yep. Veterans Day. Another Veterans Day down the road. Free haircut day. In the slabs, ever catch people sneaking around with nods on, training up, seeing how close they can get to people unseen. Like the military? No, I've never seen that. Pretty sure that would break so many federal laws. Is training on U.S. citizens. That would be a gross violation of, like, people would lose their jobs, there'd be investigations. No, I've never seen the military do that. I have a cousin that lives in Borrego Springs, and I go there quite often too. Oh, that's not even that far away, right? Like, how far away is that? I'd have to Google it. If you Google, the slabs comes up. Why I asked. If you Google the slabs, if you Google what, like, what are you talking about? Oh, are you talking? Okay, so are you talking about the Reddit story called "I Was Hunted in the Slabs," and it goes this whole long, elaborate story about this guy. Yeah. So I was here. I was here when that story was written, and I remember it like someone sent it to me because I was here, and it had been live on Reddit for like not even a day yet. And I know everybody in the story that they're describing. And I I have no proof, but I think I know who wrote that. And I'd say I'm 95% sure that I know who wrote that story. And the reason I think that this person wrote it is because his writing style is very, very, very similar. He's a published author, and he still writes fantastical bullshit stories on all the Facebook groups for slabs about slabs. Um, but I'm like 95% sure it was him. So, that I was hunted in the slabs is a completely bullshit story. But it was a good one, and it got a lot of people thinking that shit was true. And that's one of the propaganda or lies that makes people think this place is super, super dangerous, and where it's fucking slabbers can't afford no fucking night vision, dude. Like, are you kidding me? If they had night vision, they would have traded that shit off a long time ago for a fucking bag of weed. Come on now. Nods are expensive. Here I am trying to figure out where I'm getting my next joint from. You think we're all running around out here with like $5,000 worth of night vision hunting fucking tourists. It's great. I love that shit. Um, I will say though, there's some crazy shit that happens here. Right, like some crazy shit happens here. Um, and I don't know that anyone's ever been hunted in the slabs like that, especially by those people because I talked to them and like I laughed at their description on the when they described these people, because it wasn't flattering. It was just basically roasting them. It was pretty funny. Um, so if you guys have never heard that story, I was hunted in the slabs. It's a Reddit story that went viral. That was written by a nonfiction, or I'm sorry, a fiction writer here in slabs. That's honestly a bit kooky himself. If you ever met him, then you would understand. Crazy, just not in night vision. Yeah. But it's never quite that elaborate either. Like in that story, they were like hunting this dude and communicating with him or communicating with each other with radios and shit, like two-way radios. Like, I'm sorry, but the slabbers just aren't that sophisticated. They're really not. Like, they're not that coordinated. They're not that. Everything that happens out here usually happens like out of nowhere. And then everyone's reacting. It's not like, okay, we're doing this and here's my radio and we're coordinating. You're on this corner, you're over here, we get your flashlight and your night vision. Like that's not oh, it's so funny. Um the but I can tell you one crazy story if you guys want to hear a slab story, some shit that happened last year that was fucking crazy. I'll tell you the story. You just gotta give me the thumbs up. The bottle kids know everything. Bottle kids run this place. Okay, Dale, on the other 30 minutes from across the Salton Sea. Yeah, I knew it sounded familiar. All right. There's a couple of yeses. 31 people in here. Only two of you want to hear my slab story. All right, then. It'll take me a minute to tell the story. But it's a good one. It's some crazy shit that happened here. And I do like story time. Story time. Story time. All right. No shit. There I was. So, since we have a lounge, none of us at the Ponderosa are very heavy drinkers. You know, a little bit here, a little bit there, but not. You know, that's not our scene. So, but people do come there for that, and uh, so this dude showed up from San Diego. Him and his his friend, and apparently they had been in slabs many years ago. And when they were in slabs many years ago, they had met Spider's son named Zach. So Zach passed away. Unfortunately, like 3 years ago, Zach had a seizure in the hot springs and drowned. I had been here. I just gotten back into town. It was the next day I got here, and then the next day this all happened. It was a rough year at the Ponderosa, and so anyways, fast forward to last year, this kid shows up. Apparently, had hung out with Zach once, a long time ago, back in the day, and was name dropping Zach quite a bit, and just proceeds to get fucking hammered at the lounge and just gets drunk. But he was, you know, kind of one of those loud, boisterous drunks, not annoying too much, but you know the type. Anyways, so he ends up leaving the Ponderosa, and we don't see him again That was like midday. It was like noon. And he leaves, and we don't think about him again. He's gone, right? Him and his buddy are gone. They didn't leave Slabs, apparently. They just left the Ponderosa. Because fast forward, it's dark now. And it's probably like 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night. And I'm just sitting there behind the bar chilling with my back to the parking lot. And somebody's sitting at the bar, and we're just in conversation. And this person sitting at the bar just looks past me, and they were like, someone's here. And as soon as they said that, all of a sudden you hear this like blood curdling screaming, help, help, over and over again, help. And I react immediately. I fucking jump out of the seat. I run. I almost fucking plowed Shannon over. She was coming out of the kitchen, and I almost like just threw her over on accident as I went through. But she just got out of my way and threw the door open as I zipped through. And there's this guy and his friend, and then like, I swear to God, like 10 fucking gigantic dudes, like these gigantic built hefty Mexican guys right behind him, and him and his buddy just walked right past me. And then I stop all of them because they funneled into our little walkway, and I'm like, whoa, 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 what's going on? And they looked past me, and they were like, we want him. And they just pushed past me, like, excuse me, little person, and like just pushed past me. What was I gonna do? Some of them are holding 4x4s, like, fucking in their hands, right? Like, and I managed actually to grab a 4x4 from one of them, and then there's like 3 or 4 more dudes with 4x4s in their hands, and I'm holding one and looking at them, and I'm like, oh, and I threw it down, like, I don't need them. I'm not involved with this. And they all just pushed past me. The one kid that was dropping Zach fell over, hit the ground, and it was over for him. They were all standing over him, kicking the shit out of him. There was 3 dudes just standing over him, kicking him. And the 4th dude was looking at me with a 4x4 in his hands, looking at me going like, are you gonna help him? And I looked at this guy, and I'm like, nope. Like, looks like you're getting your ass beat today, bro. Like, I'm not helping you. But what I did do, instead of just watching, I was like, oh, you guys, like, you got him. Oh, and like watching him, like, it was pretty rough. And eventually I was like, we got kids here, guys. Like, we got kids here. Like, come on. And they picked up this metal fire pit thing, and they smashed this dude with it. And you see him going from like a tucked ball to just limp when this thing hit him. And I was just like, God damn. And his friend, they punched him in the face once, but this other dude, they tuned him up pretty good. And then they left. But at that point, like, me and Spider are grabbing our guns. Like, we go and get our weapons because we don't know what the fuck's going on. And there is a mob of dudes with weapons in our house. So we get our guns right about the time they're leaving. And they saw that, and they were like, gun, and they all scattered, and like one of them hit the fence on the way out. So there's like 4 or 5 cars all leave at the same time. And then they had this, so we don't know what the fuck's going on. This drunk kid that just got beat up stands up, and like, I ask him, like, are you okay? And he's like, oh my God, like, all dazed. And I'm like, what happened, dude? And he's like, I don't have to tell you shit. And I was like, the fuck you don't? Like, you just brought all this shit to our house. We don't even know you. And Spider started yelling at him too. And then, so it turns out, we got the whole story the next day because it's a small town. Turns out that kid was down at the gas station, and some people were buying lottery tickets, and they're apparently buying a whole bunch of lottery tickets. And this kid was drunk and didn't want to wait for how long it was going to take to go through this transaction. He was in line and started talking shit. And these guys are like, you're just going to have to wait, dude. And like, apparently being pretty calm with him until eventually they were like, yo, fuck you, bro. Like, you need to wait. We're not done here. You're in line. And so this kid just punches the guy right there in the gas station, like the local one here in Nyland, just punches him in the face. And then there was a fight that broke out there at the gas station a little bit. And apparently, like, it's a small town. You make a phone call, everyone shows up. They're across the street. They're down the road. They're a block away. It's a small town. Response time for friends is faster than the police around here. I promise you. So that's what happened. And apparently, these two kids got into their car and they rushed into Slabs, trying to escape these guys. But they followed, and they were ramming his car all the way into town, trying to run him off the road until they got and they came to, I guess, where they thought they'd be safe, and that was our camp. And we don't know this kid. We hung out with him for a little bit earlier today while he was obnoxious. Um, and so yeah, they tuned him up pretty good. Just so that story is a that story is a good representation of why some people will come here and say it's terrible, is because they'll come here and do some dumb shit because they think, oh, I can do whatever I want. It's Slab City. But what they don't understand is that just because you're, it's so much like anarchy out here. Like, people aren't calling the police. It doesn't mean that you're free from consequences. Like, freedom doesn't mean free from consequences. There are still consequences for the actions that you do and the people that you surround yourself with. And like, even for me, there's always consequences. You're not free, like, in the sense that you might think. You can't just go around fucking with people and expect you to have a good time here. And that kid learned it the hard way. And man, he went into the we eventually, he was too drunk to drive. We didn't know what to do with this kid, so we put him in one of the trailers and fucking we're like, you stay here tonight. Don't come out of this trailer. And he sat in that trailer and cried at the top of his lungs like a wailing old lady for the next few hours. 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 because because he decided to punch someone in the fucking face because he didn't want to wait in line. So there's some crazy shit that happens here, but it's not like I got hunted in the slabs. It was like, yo, I fucked up in the slabs. Slabs fucking responded. So yeah, reap what you sow. It's 100%. And like, we knew right away that some shit happened because it's not like that happens, right? There's not random violence out here. That's not random. Like, you might have some drunk fight or whatever. That's whatever. But some shit like that, it happens because you fucked up. If the town is responding to you, you probably did something that earned it. And it doesn't happen a whole lot out here, but, people out here don't call the police. They're not interested in the police fixing their problems. Um, so, yeah. Hey, what's up, Daryl? I'm doing all right, man. Burning down one of my last joints here. Like, it actually literally was. I wonder if I have any keef in my grinder. Not really. That's a bummer. Yeah, it is kind of outlaw here. That's probably a good description of it. It's not necessarily that you're free. It's that we're not interested in the government governing us. We can take care of it. Obviously, there is some private sector stuff that many people rely on, and some public services. But as far as like having the police come out here, and there is an appropriate time for it. Like, let's be real. If there is an appropriate time for the police. Everyone's got to admit that. But for the petty shit, oh, he punched me. Blah. Like, that doesn't happen. I settled for coffee and illusion of freedom. Outlaw is never free. I don't understand the reference there. You settled for coffee and illusion of freedom. I do like coffee. That shit's good. I think I'm probably half made out of coffee. Sweet, me and Darren are smoking as well. Like, Darren? Darren? I'm just hanging out at Salvation Mountain, right over there, in my high top van, my new house that I can stretch out and stand up in. I can at least stand up in the backside with the bed out, but this bed also like slides that way and gets folded in half. So, but right now it's a bit of a cluttered mess. I kind of hasty packed it up. So, and I don't have a whole lot of storage. Like, got the generator there, some water and some gas cans, a chair, munchies. But I need to figure out. Whoa, come on now. I need to figure out how to pack up the van appropriately. I have a little bit of, I have the rails basically on the roof, so I could like strap some shit to the roof. It would take one of those, a roof carrier, a roof storage. They have the bags that you can get from Walmart. I don't know how much they are. It would take something like that to keep my stuff safe. But, and then there's also the tow hitch storage, where you put the rack on the back of your van, and you can like strap everything out there on the fucking hitch. Those are notorious for fucking breaking if you get like the Harbor Freight ones. So getting one of the other ones, like that heavier duty one, would be cool, but then they're also quite expensive. So, yep. Water, kidney stones, horrible experience. Oh, ouch. Yeah, that sucks. Fucking no thanks. Your brother? Oh, yeah. I bet you look a lot like him, don't you, Daryl? Do you guys do you look similar? Maybe have like similar birthdays. Yeah. Something like that, maybe. You too, Darren. Thank you for your service, Darren. Hopefully you're not up there freezing to death, because I heard y'all got snow. Like, raise your hand in the chat if y'all got snow. Yeah, close. Yeah, y'all are pretty, yeah, close birthdays. Close, look similar. But which one of you is a smarter one? That's the real question here. Three years different? No kidding. Daryl and Darren. Not twins, huh? Government claims I have a twin brother, as I couldn't be at two places at once. Whatever that would be like to have a twin brother. October birthdays. So what are you, is that a Virgo? Or is that a Sag? Sorry, I haven't chatted much. Have a great stream, Ziggy. Safe travels. Have a good night. Have a good dinner, D. It's okay that you're not chatting. Have a good dinner. We had a little bit of snow yesterday, but it was gone pretty much right away. Where are you at, Jennifer? Where at in the world that you're getting snow? Oh, okay. The scales. October. Yeah, my birthday's in January, folks. January. And it's my last year. My last year as a 30-something-year-old. Got 1 year left. Starting in January, my last one. So I better get all my fucking around out in my 30s before I hit 40, and I have to be all responsible and work on my 401k and put a tie on, and gotta stop fucking around, huh? Get me a job. Snow this early. Reminder to get stuff ready for winter. It's actually been colder in the slabs than it usually is too. It's just like it hit so early this year. It went from like crazy hot to like snapped down to 40 something at night in a week, 2 weeks, and all of a sudden now it's cold. I've been in a coat, that when the sun goes down, I put a coat on now. Ontario. Oh yeah, of course it snowed up there. Yep, 42 and claimed down. Oh, calm down. I also got put in a wheelchair on off for the past 18 months. Yeah, that'd slow me down too, man. Need to get one of those. I actually knew a guy that traveled in a wheelchair. He traveled the country. He's a paraplegic, and he had a converted trailer that he converted himself, but it was like for him, and it was a utility trailer basically. Those enclosed trailers with a one way in the middle with everything on both sides that he needed. So he had one like aisleway, hallway in the center, and everything on all the sides of him, and was able to go traveling like that. Saying a little something for smoke. Hey, thank you so much. I didn't even see that. Hey, I found it. There it is. Thank you, Lisa. That's gonna be really, really helpful. Actually, you guys are you guys are cool as shit. You're a legend, apocalyptic soldier, gonna lead a lot of people in these times. Are you Aquarius? My dad has piercing blue eyes like you and red hair and was a soldier too. Still, yes, I am Aquarius. I'm Aquarius. Sure am. Amputation, so in a plastic test socket. Okay, I know I have some friends that are amputees from various reasons, but yeah, um, I was there for one of them in particular who had to learn how to like walk again and stuff. With it was his was a below the knee amputation, or was it? I think it was. I might have been above the knee. Now that I'm thinking about it, but yeah. I was put in a wheelchair after a rollover in 2018. Damn, we're all just banged up, aren't we, man? Like I never had to do the wheelchair thing, but I did walk with a cane for fucking like 8 months, because I have like really serious back issues. So I've managed since, but for like that first when it first got hurt, it was sucked. So hobbled around on a cane for 8 months. I felt like Dr. House because I was on a bunch of pain meds and I had a cane, except I wasn't as smart as him or as funny, so it didn't really work out. But I mean, just that much of a limitation on me, after having been a soldier and having, you know, at one point I was bulletproof, and now all of a sudden I'm fucking getting older and body's hurting a little bit more and more. Okay, you're below the knee also. Yeah, Darren, I know you're a quad. You can use your arms though. That's good, but you can't, micro movements and stuff. But you have arm movement. That's good. Um, is it getting stronger with time? Is anything getting better? I'm curious because, like I don't know exactly your injuries, and I'm not a doctor, but I have heard that some over time have gotten better. Obviously, with like physical therapy or whatnot, or some sort of like treatments. But I wish they would do more with. I mean, you guys probably know more about this than I do, but like stem cell treatments have, I've heard the potential of like regrowing nerves and reconnecting damaged spinal injuries and stuff. So, um, I it's unfortunate that it's has this whole moral argument surrounding it too, which, it's worth having a moral argument about it. Yeah. But at the same time, people are suffering from these illnesses that we might have the potential of improving their lives quite a bit. Yes, I can feel no more movement, but if I could get more therapy, I could. Yeah, and I'm assuming that therapy is just crazy expensive, isn't it? It's like out of the budget because we live in a country where healthcare is privatized instead of being public. Oh man, that's why sometimes I stretch out because I get sciatica, and it fucking hobbles me up. My sometimes the leg will give out, like, and I'm like off balance all of a sudden, or I'll have to catch myself on the counter. I just knew it. You were. I could feel it. Aquarius people always have enigmatic, enigmatic presence. Aquarius always the leader of the pack when it comes down to the nitty gritty. Well, thanks, Foon. If I would have gone into Craig's in Colorado, I would be walking. I didn't have the Blue Cross Blue Shield. Yeah, it's like part of me. I go back and forth on the public health care thing where like everybody's gonna experience something that requires you to go to a doctor. Like that's just being alive means health care. You're taking care of your health. Um, our health industry is it was much more efficient once upon a time, but now the government's so involved with it that it's inefficient, right? Like it's less efficient, more expensive than it used to be. Um, so either you have a completely private healthcare system where you might be able to. Like it used to be that a poor person could actually call the doctor, and the doctor would be like, "Okay, I'll come right over and go visit your sick son in bed because they were sick." And he had his little light on his like headband and his doctor bag and his listen to your heart um, and then give you a diagnosis and some treatment and be on his way. And you could afford it even being poor because healthcare was cheaper and the economy was better, so the dollar went farther. But to be fair, those doctors were also like, I think that your son has ghosts in his blood, and you should probably give him some cocaine about it. Um, Obviously, healthcare has gotten more advanced. It's gotten better than it was 100 years ago when that was happening. But today, um, we have a healthcare system that the government has overregulated and basically funded already. Like the healthcare system in America is pretty much funded by the taxpayers in America. Hospitals are given subsidies and grants and all sorts of funding from the feds, from the states. Um, and the citizens are given Medicare, Medi-Cal, Medicaid, and veterans are given health care. They've got hospitals and clinics and stuff all over the place. It's already basically public, isn't it? But we don't want to do that. We don't want to call it public. I don't understand. Like, we can afford it, but with the healthcare, like we honestly, the healthcare, the insurance industry is the biggest lobbyists against making healthcare public. And I know this is ruffling a lot of feathers, even me talking about this because it's political, and I don't really like going into politics. But the one thing I will say is I go back and forth on this because on one hand I'm like, yo, people need healthcare. This is important, and they shouldn't go bankrupt because they're alive. It shouldn't be punitive. Um, but I also have seen public healthcare from the VA. That's what you get when the government is involved with it. But at the same time, the VA is always these half measures, right? They never actually go in full board and do the right thing. They're always underfunded and understaffed, and the doctors there don't get paid much. The nurses don't get paid much. The staff doesn't get paid much. It's just a federal job. So they don't have a lot of, like, there's a doctor shortage at the VA, even though there's not much of a doctor shortage in America. Something to think about. So I go back and forth on it. Like, what is better? And I don't know what the solution is. But I do know what we're doing, ain't it? Like, people shouldn't be going bankrupt just because they're alive and they got sick. I don't think so. Everyone's gonna face that. We're all getting old, man. We're all getting older. Thankfully, like when I had my heart attack and I got airlifed out of there, and like I didn't pay anything because the VA did cover that. It's an emergency service, and they took care of it. But they won't take care of me going to, primary care physician to get my daily health care taken care of. I have to go to the VA for that. Um, so that's another story, but they're really inefficient, and I haven't actually I haven't spent a lot of time with the VA over the last 9 years, and it's because they're so inefficient, and they never really make me. The VA, dude, just go to your local VA and hang out in there if they let you in, or hang out outside of it on the public sidewalk where they can't tell you not to, and you'll see it's the most depressing place in the fucking world. Um, it you as a veteran walking in there and you just see your future everywhere and how they're being treated and then how you get treated, it's like it makes you like it's the worst fucking place on earth. It really is. So, but they also it's where I have to get my health care from because I'm not working some corporate fucking job. I'm disabled, and they give me the mediocre amount for disability, but which I which is also something else that pissed me off. But I get enough to barely survive, so it's good. Let me catch up on comments because I've been ranting. Thomas Jefferson said it best: won't be allowed private interests to have control of the government. We must start over. Yeah, I think that's what's already happened, though. I'm not worried about that because I think he might have been right. Too much private interest in government healthcare being one. And here's the thing that I like. People talk about public versus private. We have public education system, and some of it's good, some of it's bad. I got a good education in high school, um, but I've seen bad educations. So I was just one of the people that I guess got benefited from a good education, from a public education, from the government educating me. So it is what it is. I'm sure private schools are good too. What's up, Dania? Dana? I'm a firm believer there's enough negative energy in one place. It makes the whole place a negative environment. That shit does get contagious, doesn't it? Red Lobster got free shrimp baskets for vets, FYI. That's cool. Where's the closest Red Lobster? I have no idea. Is it 420? No, I got 2 hours till 420. I don't know if I have a Red Lobster nearby. I'm probably like an hour away from any of the free veteran stuff. So I wouldn't mind getting a haircut. My hair's getting a little out of sorts, but um, you're still in Mobile, Alabama. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, thanks. I thought I saw your van today. Am I crazy? Like driving around. I know it sucks there. Here's something to think about. It would be cheaper to send each convict to college than pay for 4 years in prison. You know what would be cheaper is not sending people to prison for victimless crimes. Hey, thanks, Wanda. Appreciate that. Oh, what's up, Rhinestoner? 420 in Austin. Oh, you're in Austin. Weren't you in? Yeah, you were there before. Or were you? I thought you were maybe. Anyways. Hey, good to see you. You miss it here. Really? Do you? You miss it here? That's too bad. It's a love-hate relationship I have with this place. Wanda is a woman that would come here and was like one of my favorite old ladies to pick on. Like we would go back and forth with banter a lot, but it was all out of love. Slab City, bitch. Slab City, bitch. It's doing all right. I'm on, you know, medication to keep it going. Which I conveniently put with my ammo, which I don't know why I have my meds and my ammo together, but yeah, whatever. They're both important. That's probably what I was thinking. But no, I'm all right. But we'll see. We'll see how long it lasts. Haven't been good. Nobody to pick on except on your lives. Well, bring it on. For those of you who do miss it, let me give you what you're missing here. These things are really common. You see them a lot. For those of you who miss it, that's where I'm at. Picked up a McDonald's-sized bag of medic. Would you like to supersize that, sir? Would you like to supersize your medications? Yeah, I didn't know how, when I was having that heart attack, I didn't know how that was going to go. But I knew that if I was going to live, I wanted to share the experience. And, I mean, I shouldn't say thankfully they air flighted me to Santa Fe, but it made for some really cool footage, didn't it? Like the whole flight over and shit, so. And then I was just bored in the hospital room for the rest of the video. Hopefully, I'll be bringing you guys a very, very exciting story because I'm gonna be going on a mission, and I can't tell you about this mission. It's a secret squirrel mission. It's very important and near and dear to me, but I gotta go on a mission soon, and I'm in a holding pattern, waiting to be told that it's time, and I can't explain a whole lot about it yet because it would kind of ruin the video if I did tell you. So I'm not going to, but I am hoping to I'm doing a bit of a fundraiser for it, so if anyone wants to hook me up for Veterans Day, yeah dude, secret squirrel mission, and you guys are gonna dig it. It's gonna be a lot of fun, as hopefully everything goes according to plan. So, but I am gonna have to do a little bit of driving for this secret squirrel mission, and I'm hoping to get some gas money together to make that happen. And I don't know, I'm honestly really, really excited about this upcoming video. It's one I've put a lot of energy into already for planning stages, for research, and then I'm gonna do a lot of energy into the editing and filming. I've got GoPros to use, so it'll be exciting, and I'm hoping that it'll tell a good story. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. Is my camera clear? It kind of seems blurry to me. Man, near life experience changes my life. Who is Morocco Mole? I'm not sure. Whoa. Oh, I dropped you guys. I dropped you. Sorry, how's your back? I didn't mean to drop you. Where are your friends? Are they with you? Hi, April. Hi, Emily. I thought you wanted me to like run over to their house here in Slabs and knock, knock, knock. Dana says hi. Hi, guys. Yep, that's Salvation Mountain, for those of you who are curious. It is quite the place. So 28 degrees, 25 degrees. Get high and higher and highest. Alright, bet. Except I'm out of weed. Might have my dab pen around here somewhere. They've never seen or heard of it. I'm showing them. Oh, cool. Well, I don't know if you caught I did a story time earlier, Dana, about a story that happened here. So later when this video is live, everyone will be able to rewatch it and you can hear the story I told. But it was some crazy shit that happened out here. So it'd give them like a real story from Slabs. Of some actual crazy shit that happens out here, not some like I got hunted in the Slabs. But I don't know exactly when it was, but it took me a good 15-20 minutes to tell it, so you could probably catch me in the middle of it at some point. The I got hunted in the Slabs Reddit post was so good though. It was so well written. I know who wrote it. Pretty sure I do. I don't have any proof of it, but I'm pretty sure I know who wrote it. And anyways, it got people like really thinking that there was people out here with night vision. It involves guns. Yes, my story does involve guns and violence and stupid tourists. An actual I got hunted in the Slab story, like an actual real one. PTSD equals a lot of weed or Valium and service dog. Tell people for their protection, not mine. Yeah, it sucks to have a mental illness that's contagious. It really does. You know, somebody that gets cancer can't like give somebody else cancer because of the symptoms. But somebody with PTSD, man, that it sucks to have a mental illness that's contagious. And there's more of the parking lot over there too. Like and I'm on the other side of the road in another parking lot. So you get like trailers that come in and visit. You get all kinds. Let's see here. Drinking beer, you guys. It does suck, and most people don't understand and expect you to just get over it. Yeah, and if they don't expect you to get over it, they decide that they can't take part in it, which is that's fair too. You know what okay, I'm gonna get a little personal and real with y'all for a second here, but the symptom I have of PTSD that I absolutely hate the most is that when you're overseas, like, it's very reactive, right? You have to be very reactive because you're basically playing the biggest game of fuck around and find out in history. And like sometimes that was our job. Like today we're just gonna go on mission to see if they attack us. So That was what we were doing. That's our job. And so it's a very reactive situation, and your brain learns to respond to that stress with rage and anger. So when you're over there, that makes sense, right? Like, you need that rage and that anger. It's a protective instinct, and you have to have it to do your job. It's there, period. Um, and adrenaline is the underlying cause of the rage, right? Like, the adrenaline rush happens, but then the rage happens. That's the emotion that you're feeling, not the hormone. The hormone of adrenaline is there to be protective too, and serotonin, but the emotion, that one's anger. That's rage. That's what you're experiencing because someone's trying to hurt you, and that pisses you off. Of course, fear is the emotion that anger is hiding, because it's anger is a secondary emotion. It's masking another emotion because it's stronger. It feels stronger than fear, than terror. Anger. So then you come home, and your body reprogrammed itself, your brain reprogrammed itself to respond to adrenaline and stress with rage. And it doesn't work here, does it? It doesn't make sense here. It doesn't um, fit in a society of cooperating people. And that symptom right there is something that I battle with constantly, is to not respond to stress with rage. And I sometimes do really, really well for years and years and years, and it's okay. And then sometimes I have some bad years, so yeah, just getting a little personal. If there was anything that I could take away or fix, that would be the one. That would be the symptom that I would fix. So, have I found your finger yet? Nah. Wanda lost pieces of herself here in slabs. Her finger got lopped off. We still don't. I don't know. Still don't know how the fuck that happened, but I do remember that happening. Takes a fun person to run towards gunfire. We are fucked. Punched. We're fucked. Smoke lots of weeds and mushrooms. Not only that, as males, it is more socially acceptable and yellow and to yell and scream and punch something, and it is for you to sit and talk about your feelings. Yeah, that's true. It's it's getting a little bit better, but that's still true. I was raised in the 80s and 90s, so that's something that hopefully, if you find a good friends and partner, that's something that you can do with him, and you're allowed to be vulnerable. And but you're right, like, there's a lot of pressure on men to just drive on, drink water, and drive on. People think anxiety is the same thing. They just tell you get over it, but it's real. Yeah, it's like telling a diabetic to not be diabetic. That doesn't make any sense. Dude, just don't be so stressed out. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's like telling a diabetic to not be diabetic. Nami, I hit on a coffee farm and avoided almost everything in life except for training dogs and the daily chores. If I didn't get hurt, probably would have never left. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the close. I haven't quite gone that far, but I am very well removed from society as often as I can be. Sometimes I wonder if I do that because I'm happier or if it's just better for society. But either way, like, it works for me, so. Do you need to get me straight again? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm straight. I'm good. want to tell my friends what Slab City is. What is Slab City? Well, how the fuck do I answer that? What is Slab City? It is an off-grid, self-made, kind of an anarchist city, right? Um, it is in the middle of nowhere, desert California, and it used to be back in World War II, World War One. It was a Marine Corps base where they trained field artillerymen out here. And then after the wars were over, they decommissioned the base and they destroyed all the buildings here, and they left behind all the concrete slabs, the foundations of the building. And then squatters moved in. And when the squatters moved in, it was like a long time ago, and they've basically been here ever since. People are still squatting here. So, it's been around since the 50s, 70 years or so, and it's like one of those places where, like, oh, we have a problem, let's fix it. There's a lot of art here, but it's also the closest to like third world you can get and be in America. It's shantytown. It's a shantytown. If you go to a shantytown in the third world, if any of you have ever been to South American shantytowns or anything like that, it's so similar, where the town kind of has to cooperate with its neighbors. To get shit done, they have to be kind of self-governed. But it's not always governed the way that it should be. I guess that they're like people. There's a lot of fires out here that are sometimes arson because this person's mad at that person. It wasn't always like that before. It used to be that the fires were like, yo, this person's not a member of the community. He's harmful to the community, so we're gonna burn his house down so that they leave. But nowadays, it's just, there's been some petty fires in the last, whatever. But most of the fires out here is because everyone is out here on off-grid shit. Poor people's off-grid shit. Their solars are janky done, and their propane's like maybe out like 40 years old. And in any case, it's an off-grid, self-governed city, or no-governed city, where each camp has its own culture, each camp has its own vibe, its own rules and expectations, and it'd be pretty easy to find one that you kind of vibe with if you came and visited. There's great music here. There's like some of the most talented musicians I've ever seen have rolled through here. There's great artists here, and there's humble and amazing people here who just want to help everyone and help the community. And then just like any other town, there's good and bad. So I know where not to go, which is helpful for having a good experience here. Just like any other town, you just gotta know where not to go, I suppose. But what is Slabs? It's hard to explain. It really is. It's a very interesting spot. The community gets together at different places every week and eats meals together and listens to music and hangs out. But it's not without its small town drama. It does have like its small town drama. Everyone knows each other or knows of each other, because there's not too many of us here that keep coming back. But what is Slabs? That's a fucking good question. It's a question of the century, I think. I'm not sure. How was that? Was that a good description? Let me catch up on comments real quick. So let me find them. Did you open your beer with your open hand on purpose? Well, I didn't even think about that. What happens with your road hand? Do you use it to throw the empty out on the road when you're done with it? No, I never even thought about that. That's funny. I don't litter. I go find the garbage. What's up, James? PTSD outbursts equal police interactions. Yeah, that might be another reason I like to stay in slabs, so they won't call the cops on me if I'm fucking freaking out. You have your famous 2x4, Wanda. That's cool. Too many people in the slabs. Yeah, and sometimes you actually get to see some sort of horror movie being filmed there by well-known people. Yeah, like Jason Momoa and Jim Carrey and Keanu Reeves. They've all been here for a movie. I've been in a music video for Special Head, which is this musician and weirdo artist. Sounds like a social experience. Yeah, it is a bit of a. It's very social here, but you don't have to be social. You could just come here and be a recluse and be left the fuck alone if you wanted to be. Like, it kind of depends on your flavor. You can come here and be weird. You can come here and be normal. Like, it's the people that come here and try to be weird to shock us that makes me laugh. Where somebody will be coming in and dressed all extravagant or dressed like flamboyantly or just really crazy, and they're like trying to get a lot of attention, and the slabbers are just like, what's up, dude? How you doing? You want to hit this? Dylan Sprouse was here also. It's artesian glitter. Artesian litter. Is that what you're saying, litter? There's no litter in slabs. No, there's littering here. There's a lot of garbage here. That's one of the, that one's a tough one because there's no, access to a landfill anywhere nearby. There is a landfill nearby, but you can't use it unless you have a USPS address, which no one out here does. So the closest landfill is El Centro, which is like a 45-minute drive. So the other option is paying for a dumpster at your camp. There used to be some people out here doing garbage pickup where they would come pick up your garbage and drive it to the local landfill, but they're not doing that anymore. I don't know, why they stopped, but it probably wasn't worth their while. So garbage is one of the issues out here. Some people burn it. That's honestly what a lot of people do. But we've had garbage pickup until recently. The guy no longer does it, so we're trying to figure out that problem right now. But there's also the people that come here camping for like a weekend. Anything about it, so they just throw their garbage out. They'll camp for a weekend and just trash the place and leave. And then it's windy here quite a bit because it's a desert. So they trash the place, they leave, and then the wind just blows it everywhere. So sometimes when it gets windy, we have to walk the fence line and pick up all the garbage that the fence catches. Every couple weeks, that's kind of one of our chores that we gotta do. Tiger was filmed there and in the surrounding areas. He went to jail. So much salvage. Like playing Fallout 3 in real life. Or Fallout 4 when they were rebuilding your little like strongholds. I think you'd be hard pressed to find any community that doesn't have any drama or people behaviors. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, trashy people suck. But it does happen, like, again, like when, I don't know, it does happen, and the wind blows it all over the place. That's a hard problem to solve. Lately, we've been talking about getting a couple of dumpsters at the Ponderosa to keep the garbage under control because we just lost our garbage guy. So we're trying to figure out solutions right now. If anyone has one, like an incinerator is probably the best option, is to be able to just burn the garbage, You can run those on propane too, so it's perfect. but they're fucking expensive. Yeah, the burn it. That's the incinerator. But there's some things you're not supposed to burn, though, like plastic and shit. But an incinerator, you can do that. You can put plastic in there. But just like a campfire doesn't really work like that. Propane has skyrocketed here. I actually haven't even looked at the price of propane, but it has gone up everywhere I've been in the last couple of years. Take care, Wanda. Go have fun. Shoot pool. Have a good one. Alright, I'll let him know, Wanda. I'll let him know you said hi. Oh, hello. Hello, Casey. My little hero. You're my hero. It's true. Hey, you guys, everyone say hi to the bottle kid. Casey. That's one of the bottle kids right there saying hi. Everyone give her a shout out. I love you too, kiddo. Yeah, for those of you who do remember the Bottle Kids video, that Casey is Kevin in the Bottle Kids video, and yeah, she's also some of you know this, some of you don't, but I've tutored math like most of my life. Casey, her friend said, "Hey, you got something for me? That's cool." I've tutored math most. Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm a little scared, so Casey got me a present. The bottle kid got me a present. You're not gonna throw a bottle at me, are you?
Yeah, homie, I got you.
Oh, you got me food?
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Eat that.
It's my Veterans Day meal, you guys. Say hi.
Hi, guys. Stay. Don't leave. You're not allowed to leave us. I don't give a fuck what happens.
Okay.
Staying in slabs.
I might.
Shut up. Just saying.
I'll see you later.
What are you saying? You're saying.
She's washing. Anyways, I'll see you in a while.
Love you guys.
I love you.
Love you too. So I got food dropped off to me. That was pretty dope. But that's a bottle kid. That was a nice. She didn't steal my truck. She didn't throw bottles at me. And she brought me food. I wonder if she did something to my food. Alright, so far so good. We'll see if I die from this. See if she put laxatives in it or something. Anyways, as I was saying, some of you know that I have tutored math a lot of my life. I don't know, math was always one of those subjects that made sense to me. It was an easy A, and I was able to explain it to people. And I mean, there's some people that follow me that were in this chat earlier. I don't know if you guys are still here, But Jungle Jim and Crystal, I tutored their son years and years and years ago. Well, Casey, that bottle kid, is someone I've tutored over the years too, and helped her with her math. And she went from hating math to now that's like the only subject we don't have to worry about when she gets her grades. Now she enjoys it. Every time I put a harness on my dogs, I think it means time to track and no heel commands work. That's cool. No, she is honestly such a good kid. And smart, level-headed. And that was her mom that was driving her. Yeah. She's my little hero. And she is pretty protective of me. Like she gets protective of me sometimes because she's my little homie. But she brought me food. Okay. Now my confusion has set in. Obviously, I got some Del Taco. Awesome. Love Del Taco. But then, I'm like, oh, I wonder what burger they have brought me. What kind of burger do you think? Well, it's Buffalo Wild Wings. I know the image is probably reversed. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. YouTube does that. But I was expecting Del Taco. And I got... Cool. Yeah, awesome karma. I guess so. Yeah, that was cool. But those are my friends. They're good people. Guess I scare people so me and dog don't get treats like Zag. So we're pirates. We're pirates. Zag's looking at me like she's getting some of this, but she got most of my breakfast, so she doesn't. I don't think I'm gonna give you any of this, but you don't be a bad beggar. Bad beggar. Don't look at me like that. You guys want to see something funny? Where is she? Where is she? There she is. Bad beggar. Go on. Bad beggar. Go on. Get. Go on. Sorry, I don't like that. Everyone's give her a little bit, poor puppy. Don't worry, she will. But I don't want her begging. When I give her people food, I put it in her bowl, and that way she's not sitting there staring at me while I'm eating. I really don't. That's annoying. So, she will get some, I promise. But it'll go in her food bowl, and it won't be from the table. It's a bad habit to get. I think it's a bad habit for your dogs to be just hounding you when you eat. But she knows she's getting some, so she's just staring at me waiting. But I know it's kind of cruel, huh? Because she's such a sweet dog, and she does that doggy look at you guys. And she's like, "Please, come on, I'm Puss in Boots." People food is not good for them. Depends on the people food. But to be fair, none of this food is good for me either, so I don't mind giving Zag some people food from time to time, but I don't give it to her while I'm eating. I eat first, and I don't give it to her from the table. She waits over by her food dish, and then she gets it. Yeah, exactly. People food ain't good for us either. Yeah, exactly. But it tastes good. I don't mind giving Zag like people food, even if it isn't good for her. But there are some foods I don't give her because it's not good for dogs. Onions, garlic, things like that. Like the pits of a cherry or whatnot. Obviously, chocolate. That was cool. Now I still got the wings. Oh, what a hodgepodge of food. Thanks, Casey. Love you. Food like gas. Sometimes you eat what comes your way. Ideal scene, the result of great nutrition and the benefits. Glad you don't feed her cherry pits or peach pits either. Really bad for dogs. I'm stoned too. You guys want to see something cool? We do get UPS out here. They deliver. They do that. Dogs, as they are pack animals and used as punishment in the pack. So programmed in the dog's mind. I'm not sure what you're referencing. Are you talking about food? These wings are fucking fire. Zag's wing. Because she's waiting so patiently in her food dish where it belongs. Yeah, that's cool. You sent a few packages to the slabs. There's plenty of use for that out here. People need like supplies, be able to order from Amazon and shit like that. And for nice people like y'all to send out care packages. My results with dogs speak for themselves. This must be something, right? Yeah, Zag's. I feel the same way about Zag. She's such a good dog, but I've worked really hard at that. Like, it took a lot of me learning, being consistent. But now, like, because of all that work I put in when she was a puppy, well, for years, honestly, it wasn't even just as a puppy, for years and years, our bond is like we're little homies. I feel like she can understand me sometimes. A kitten and a dog. You're training one? That's cool. I have seen one person put the energy into training a cat, and it was pretty cool. Deanna's cat just had Red Lobster, you guys. I've sent Narcan a couple of times in care packages. Yeah, that's cool. Narcan's pretty useful out here. We have some Narcan at the. We have some at the Ponderosa, but I think it might be expired now. So it might be time to replenish that stock. But most of the big camps out here carry it, just in case. You have solar on the van and a caveman update. I do not have solar on the van, and that I would love to have solar on the van. When I am able to sell my truck, I'm getting solar on the van. So that is my winter plan, is to get solar on the van. But the cool thing about this is doing solar is I could kind of hodgepodge it together. I can get the panels, and then I can get, I don't have to get it all at once. I can get the panels, and then I can get the charge controller, and then the inverter, and then the batteries, because it gets quite expensive if you do it all at once. So that'll be a slow process, I think. So, eventually I will be getting solar on the van, but I don't have it yet. I do have my generator in the back, and then I have a lithium ion, like a jackery basically, but it's not a jackery, it's called a Rock Pals, 300 watts. It'll basically give me enough power to use my laptop 2 nights in a row, because I fall asleep to movies and stuff. So but to do much else, like, I could charge my phone on it for quite a while, but I still got to run the generator, maybe every other day. If I was to get solar, the generator would be for cloudy days. Clients are very wealthy, are always wealthy wackos. That's funny. Yeah, I guess if you wanted a cat trained, you might be a wealthy wacko. I think I'm late, but I made it. Good to see you. Thanks, Spooky. Good to see you too. Yeah, the RV show in January in Quartzsite. I will be there. I will be in Quartzsite in January. That's part of my winter plan as well. They don't need a military grade canine, they want one. Another assortment of I am cool toys. How annoying. I mean, you might differ with me on this, since you do this professionally and I don't. But I never liked the idea of having a dog trained to be aggressive, because dogs they evolve to love us. I wonder what it does to that dog later. Like, do they stay aggressive their whole lives? Is it traumatic? I've always kind of wondered how these, the police dogs are. Those wings were amazing. Zag's lucky she even got one. Yeah. Look at her. All happy that she got a wing once more. If you guys, anyone that ever does end up meeting me, will see how well trained Zag really is. She impresses a lot of people. And I think it's just because she's a small dog, and a lot of people don't take the time to train a small dog. But I did. I very much did. And I was raised around Labradors. My dad bred Labradors. So, and his dogs were very, very well trained. So I kind of learned at a young age how to deal with dogs, and I love dogs. Dude. Dogs are great. But I spent a lot of time with Zag. And I still do. I still have to work with her, on things. I still gotta keep the training up. Like even today, and she's like 7 years old, something like that. So I've still got to make sure that she doesn't forget her commands and doing the training and doing the praise and the treats. Zag's pretty good with being praised for a reward, but sometimes she wants that fucking treat. But either way, it's taken a lot of energy and effort and work from both of us to have her be such a good dog. But if you guys ever meet us, you'll see, like, I've spent a lot of time on her. 10% for the gods. I mean, dogs. No, you meant gods. I don't think we deserve dogs. We really don't. Like, I think that I made a TikTok about this, but the only reason I even know what love is because I have a dog. A spray bottle trained your cat. That's funny. She's almost 8 and awesome as fuck. Yeah, spray bottle's a good way to train a cat. You ever seen those salt guns that you use to shoot like flies, and it shoots salt at them? Just saying, you can use those on your cat too. It stings just enough for them to be like, fucking asshole, and run away. Oh, you have the salt gun? Yeah, shoot your cat with it. I'm just kidding. Don't shoot. I mean, I have shot a cat with one before. That's all I will admit to. You won't get me to say that under oath. And now that the sun is setting, or at least the shadows are getting long, you'll see that the parking lot's getting cleared out. Less people now. Malian Shepherds and Dutch Shepherds in old school DDR work German Shepherds. My brother does in Slovakia. Clients usually high profile or husband away a lot and wife gets scared. That's interesting. is golden in working dog world. Take ball over food even. I use clickers and I've had fantastic outcomes with cats and dogs. Yeah, clickers a good training aid. The ball. Zag doesn't really play fetch. She's played fetch if I do each command, like go get it and then come back, and she doesn't quite care too much about the ball. But those squeaker toys, she's all about those. Them squeaker toys is how I could use to train her. But she really likes praise too. She really does like to just be praised. She's already trained. I've had her since birth. I'm not getting any more. I use chickens and I've had fantastic outcomes with their clickers yet. Can't do a week-long hike in the Grand Canyon with a cat. No, I guess not. I mean, you could, couldn't you? If you trained your cat on a leash. Speaking of a week-long hike through the Grand Canyon, I have a friend of mine who is right now on the trail, being the first human being and the first woman to ever walk the Colorado River in its entirety, from source to sea. And she's in the middle of her journey right now. I have shared parts of some of her videos on my community page. Her name is I want to say her channel is either Gypsy Diaries or Nomad. I think it's Nomad Diaries. And her name's Vanessa, but she's someone I know personally, and I'm really excited for her. She's killing it. She's doing a really good job. And she wants to show the overuse and the water crisis that the Colorado is going through right now, because it no longer even reaches the ocean. So she's going to be going to source to sea, but the Colorado no longer reaches the sea, so she's going to run out of water to walk next to eventually. And that's part of the journey, is to show that off. So check out her channel. It's in my community page if you wanted to see it. She's also on TikTok. Yeah, pretty freaking awesome. That's some serious terrain, which is why no one's done it. And there are some very dangerous parts of this hike as well. So, including in the Grand Canyon, she had to get special access for parts of the hike, because it goes through tribal lands, and she had to get permission from them to be on their property, to be on their lands and be backpacking on the river. She's going to be going through the Grand Canyon. Like, it's a whole process, and, you know, she might not finish, but I think she will. I think she's going to kill it, and I think she's going to finish. But at the same time, like, there's some dangerous stuff, and yeah, she got to go through Lake Mead, she got to go through Lake Powell, which I think she's already gone through Lake Powell. But I'm not really sure where she is on the journey right now. It's been, I need to go look, but she's out there killing it. Not only being the first person to ever hike the Colorado in its entirety, but she's the first woman to do it too. Like 2 for 1. And yeah, she's a badass. So check out her channel. But yeah, Lake Mead, you're talking about watering Vegas. It's not just Vegas. Vegas takes a small portion of the water out of the Colorado, and Los Angeles actually takes a bigger portion than Vegas, obviously. But most of the water from the Colorado gets sent to California. Primarily, though, it goes towards agriculture. You know, agriculture is what's taking most of the water from Colorado. That's the biggest yoink from it. LA is the second biggest, because it takes a lot of water for millions and millions of people to live in there's like 10 million people in Los Angeles County. So, it's a desert though. There's not supposed to be that many people living in a desert. So where do they get their water from? Well, they get it from the Colorado and move it all the way down here. And in the process, in the process, Vegas also gets their water from there. But on the way to Los Angeles, it gets picked at and 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 picked at by all the canal systems. The canal systems running right through here, through Slabs, it all comes from the Colorado. So it's getting picked at here from all the agriculture we have around here, and that's primarily what's taking most of the water out of the Colorado is ag or growing cotton. Yeah, agriculture, whether it be cows or growing hay or cotton. There's a few crops that they do here. So yeah. Hey Jeepsy, everyone say hi to Jeepsy. How's everything going? It's going well. I'm obviously right here at Salvation Mountain and live streaming. I'm doing good. I saw you were you're over on the East Coast now, or on your way there, weren't you? You're not in these areas. Is Camp Billy McKen by the Slabs? I don't know where that's at. I know we have the Proving Grounds. Yuma Proving Grounds isn't that far away. And I don't know what they call this training site here, but there's a bombing range right next to the Slabs, and I don't know what they call it. I don't know what the name of it is, so. Oh, you're in Texas. Yeah, I knew you weren't I thought that you were farther than that, but gotta get some work on your Jeep done. Ugh. She said, not my fucking cat. My cat's not going on no goddamn hikes. Yeah, I remember we weren't too far away from each other, but then suddenly, you were getting farther and farther, so. My cat's not going on no hike. Speaking of Jeeps, let's see here. There's one. You just went through this. Yeah, that must have been why I thought you were farther away, because you just went through those southern states. Yeah, at one point you were like in Colorado, and we weren't too far from each other, but then I left, and then I guess you moseyed on east, and then are you on your way back? You gonna come to Slabs, say hi? Be cooler if you did. Hell yeah, you'll be there soon. That's awesome. Well, drive safe. Safe travels, Jeepsy. Oh my god, what was it like going on a walk with your cat? Was it attacking the leash the whole time? I've seen cats do that before, where they just freak the fuck out. Like, is this a snake? There's a snake. The snake's got me. I did know one cat once that I met in the Slabs, and it was harness trained, and too bad it was a big cat. It was huge. Too bad the owner was a fucking loser, but the cat was cool. It was big. It was bigger than Zach. No joke. She just lays there. That's what he said. Oh. If done when a kitten, it's way easier to train harness. Yeah, otherwise they think they got wrapped up by a snake. That's why they get mad at pickles and shit. Early in the season, Slabs is nice. It's so quiet. So when all the tourism gets here, that it gets busy and crazy. But the midday tourism here is gets a little bit busy, especially on the weekends. Well, I'll see you soon, Jeepsy. Drive safe. Safe travels. Get here fast. Stay in touch. I ride a Harley so the cat has no fear. Do you ride a Harley with a cat on it? I want to see that. What kind of cat? A Black Panther. You have a Black Panther, Dana? Have I met your cat? Didn't I meet your cat? Am I crazy? It's so weird to me. Most people just come here, take a few pictures, and leave. Like, they drove 3 hours to come here, take a few pictures, and then bounce. It's fucking weird, bro. What a weird way to experience the world. Look, proof I was here. I got pictures of it. American Shorthair. A domesticated Black Panther. Are you, yeah, oh yeah, that little black. I remember your cat. She is the night. Oh no, my phone's dying, you guys. My phone's at 5%. It's not gonna last much longer. Let me go ahead and plug it in. And we'll see if plugging it in charges it more than it drains it. We'll test this. But if I do lose you guys because my phone dies, thanks for being here. Like, it was pretty cool. I figured I'd live stream on Veterans Day, and here it is, Veterans Day. So appreciate those of you who donated to the cause for Veterans Day. My links are in the description if you felt the need to send me $5, $10, $15. My links are all in the description of this video. Most of that money will be going towards my secret squirrel mission, my secret mission that I have to go on, that I need some gas money to make happen. And that's primarily where it'll be going. That and food, gas and food. If you guys like my videos and you want to see this next one, it'd be cool if you wanted to chip in on a gallon of gas. So, got some driving to do to make this next video happen. I've already spent a lot of energy on the planning stages of it. It's gonna be pretty exciting. You guys are gonna love it, I think. I'm already excited about it. But I'm playing the holding pattern so I can pull the trigger on making this video happen and start the filming. It's not just me involved with it, so it takes some logistics from some other people that I have very little control over. So, but it's going to be happening. Stay tuned. You're the only person I hung out with today that I didn't want to smoke up my weed on Veterans Day. Yeah, I smoked up all mine. I had enough for 2 joints and I burned them down. So now I've got to go figure out some more. So that's the other thing that the money will be going to. 1, towards my next video, which is going to be kind of a bigger project. And then 2, I'm going to be replenishing my weed supply. So thankfully, weed here in California is cheaper than gas. So that's good. But that's where I'm at in life. Gas and weed. I got my food taken care of. Got my dog taken care of. She's got food and shit. Yeah, this next project is gonna take some traveling, and oh, you guys are gonna love it. I wish I could tell you more, but yeah, I think that is charging though. I think we might be safe. I think maybe it's okay. You know what I do have on this van that reminds me of my childhood? You guys remember these windows? You guys remember that? Yeah, me too. Also, I want you guys to guess where the switch for my headlights is at. Most of you probably already know what I'm getting at. But the switch for my headlights is on the floor where it belongs. Been cleaning house and listening to you. Been fun. Now I'm resting and smoking. Good day. Yep, Crystal, you guessed it. It's on the floor where it goes. It's the spot for it. Yeah, nailed it, Roche. The floor button, the floor switch. You just try to miss the gas pedal and stomp on the floor. Bye, Jim. See you, Crystal. Y'all, thanks for being here. It's a nice 3.5 hour live stream. You guys will have me for like 8 more minutes. And then I'm going to get off of here. And the sun's going down out here in the desert, so it's getting kind of cold. It's nice during the day, but when the sun goes down, you got to throw a coat on and bundle up and roll up all the windows and prepare for, for the cold to come in. And it dropped down to like 40 degrees last night, like 42 degrees, which is pretty cold. So, you can find arrowheads with your kitty. Does the cat hunts down arrowheads? I'm confused. Yeah, Roche, I'm staying here tonight. Why you ask? Are you gonna be here? Are you coming? You can see that the sun's going down by my shadow. The shadow of the van. It's getting longer and longer and longer. And even with the window down, I'm thinking I should probably start. That's so loud. I should probably get a hoodie on pretty soon. It was probably about, I bet you it was like 80 degrees today. Hey, thanks, Spooky. Appreciate that. And happy Veterans Day to all of you veterans out there as well. They gave us a day. Enjoy your free haircut. And your free meal. Oh, in 3 weeks, that's when you'll be close. Cool. 3 weeks, man. December sometime, right? Early December. Still on a damn arm crutch and plastic tube. No hiking yet, 7 months out of an amputation. Well, heal up quickly, dude. It's 57 degrees here right now, and it's 6:30 p.m. I honestly have no idea what the temperature is right now. It's actually a little breezy outside, so it feels colder than what it is. But I bet you it's like upper 60s, lower 70s right now out here. High and tight zig. Yeah, that's what I keep doing to my hair because I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do with my hair now. Like, it doesn't look good long anymore, which is what most vets do when they get out. They grow their hair long. But I don't look good with long hair no more. So I guess shaggy and unruly is what I keep going with, or just the hat. But high and tight's what I keep doing. Maybe I'll do a mohawk again. I've done a mohawk before. So check out the mountain for the next 4 minutes. You'll see it's quite a busy road. 101st Airborne Mohawk. 22 degrees. Fuck that. That's cold. I don't like it. That's too cold for me. Yeah, the D-Day Mohawk.